Hey, Froggy, I had numerous complaints on Hal Herman yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh no.
Yeah.
Poor Hal.
That is some of the content.
Hal might care, but I don't.
Yeah, just.
Not me.
Yeah, all right. Well,
What am I, his agent?
thought I'd bring that up. Hey, I want to talk about the boat as we get rolling here on the MJ. I mentioned this to Fester on the way in yesterday because Fester gave me a ride in yesterday. Today I drove myself. It wasn't driving Mr. MJ today. Michelle needed the car. Chloe had another LSAT yesterday. Chloe had her next attempt at the LSAT. She got her first score, got a pretty good score, but, you try to get the best score you can. So Chloe took the LSAT again yesterday morning, which, those are offered, certain dates all across the country, and she took it locally yesterday. So, for those that don't know, we only have one car still.
Yeah.
The time that we did in New York, we only had one car. A lot of people don't even have a car living in Manhattan. We had a car. Parking was $650 a month for freaking parking. I was going to park that thing on the street and have to, sit around and drive and circle the block for, an hour trying to find a parking spot.
$650 a month actually sounds like a deal in Manhattan.
Yeah, well, some are $800 a month.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I had a relatively, good price. Or I could have parked up in, some vacant lot for I think $250 a month up in Harlem. But I opted not for that because I'd come out one day and the car would be up on cinder blocks. So I decided not to go for that. So Fester picked me up yesterday.
Yeah.
At the house, drove me in. And I said, boat's still there. Yeah, well, of course, I was there the day before. There's this boat that is sitting right at the exit area once you come across 4th Street from 275 South as you come over the overpass. So you're going back over the southbound and then the northbound lanes of 275. It's the 4th Street exit as you head down 4th Street, heading south on 4th Street toward St. Pete. And right when you get off of the overpass, if you look to the right, there's this 25-foot abandoned white boat hull.
Well, let's give it away.
We already did that.
Yeah. Let's give it away again.
Yeah, we did that about
Yes, I know.
2
I
months
know, but
ago.
he didn't
Right.
want it.
Yeah,
Wes
so-
didn't pick it up.
Yeah,
we
Wes-
need to give it away again.
He won it. He never picked it
Who
up.
was it, Wes?
Wes. Yes, his name is Wes.
We gave the boat away. And
But he didn't claim his prize.
but
really pissing me off about
the
that.
boat is still sitting there, right?
Right.
And the boat has been there since, what did we do? Was it March or was it sometime in early April? When did we, because we stopped one morning, another morning that Fester drove me in, and it was, I have the picture on my cell phone so I could look at the date.
But it was the first day it was there. We
Right.
both saw it for the first time that morning that we
Whoa,
were together.
'cause, and then I had you turn around. We made a U-turn, and then I climbed inside the abandoned boat, and Fester took my picture. We posted it up on my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio. By the way, guys, don't give me a hard time, but I want to try to get to 17,000 today on the show. I'm at 16,900 on my Instagram. So if you're on Instagram and you don't follow me, give me a follow so I can try to get to 17,000 today. I only need, I think, 75 or something to get to 17,000. So if you're listening and you're on Instagram and you don't follow my account, well, first of all, I'm going to guarantee you're going to like the account, or else you can, unfollow me.
Well,
But
it's a money back guarantee, isn't it?
yeah, it is a money back guarantee. So give me a follow right now. Certified MJ Radio. So back to the boat. There was something I wanted to do, and I didn't mention. This is about 2-3 weeks ago. The boat is still there, and the boat's been there for a couple of months now. And I'm kind of comparing this to the abandoned boat that used to be on the Redneck Riviera, which I call Gandy Beach. So Gandy Beach, as you're on the St. Pete side, getting ready to cross to Tampa, that whole stretch of beach is the Redneck Riviera. They also called T.
Ben T. Davis, yeah.
They also have called the Ben T. Davis along the Courtney Campbell Causeway. They've called that the Redneck Riviera as well before. You know, that was also once called Needle Beach.
I didn't know that.
You want to know why it was called Needle Beach?
Because when you walked in the sand, sometimes there were needles in the sand.
No, apparently that's where all the junkies went to shoot up, and there were needles in the sand all the time, not sometimes. Yeah.
So it was a filthy beach for a while.
Watch your sandals.
Wow, I was making a joke.
No,
but
no,
that's
that's
really
true. That's true.
Hypodermic Needle Beach.
Yeah, Ben T. Davis used to be called Needle Beach because all the junkies used to go there to shoot up heroin.
Roxanne thought it was the crochet club
Right.
from all the elderly people that
So
lived out there.
back over to the Redneck Riviera, which I call the Gandy Beach over on Gandy in St. Pete. There was an abandoned boat there that sat for over a year before the city or whomever's responsible came out to pick it up. So I'm guessing that the abandoned boat over on 4th Street, when you get off of 275 South, I'm guessing that boat's going to be there for at least a year. Here's what I wanted to do. I'm revealing this for the very first time on the MJ Morning Show. And I probably shouldn't have mentioned it to Michelle because she said, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I was going to go to Home Depot or Lowe's or the Ace Hardware on Beta Bay and grab a can of spray paint, bright red, I don't know, the fluorescent construction orange, and I was going to spray paint on the side of the boat MJ Morning Show on 104.7 FM.
Yeah, why don't you do it?
And then Michelle said, that's vandalism. I'm like, it's not like I'm spray painting a building. I'm not spray painting, somebody's fence. I'm spray painting an abandoned boat.
Well, now you've told everyone that you want to do it, but you could have just done it, not told anyone it was you.
No, well, that's the other thing she brought up. She said everyone is going to know it's you. Everyone, if you spray paint MJ Morning Show on 104.7 FM, Q105, Michelle's like, everyone going to know it's you. That's stupid.
The listener should do it then.
Well, listen, I can't control a listener from spray painting the boat.
We don't want anybody to commit a misdemeanor on our behalf.
It would have been perfect. 5:15 in the morning. Just stop, turn the lights off, and just spray paint big letters on the side of the white boat.
You'd get a big rush, too, after you did it.
That's about the only outdoor advertising we're getting around here.
Boy.
Because there's no budget to put up billboards. I got the Jesus Station. Man, they got billboards everywhere. My God, there's money in God, huh?
Jesus has deep pockets.
Oh, my God. I mean, look,
So-
those joy billboards, man, they're all over the place. They're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in billboards. Jeez. Can I get some of that Big J money, please? Come on.
Not until you repent. You got a lot to repent for.
Anyway, that's the boat story. So Michelle talked me out of spray painting the boat, which she's like, that's vandalism. I'm like, how can it be vandalism? It's an abandoned boat that needs to be picked up by the city and trashed. All right. Busy show today. Right off the bat. Look, something you didn't know. Now you know. All right. Busy program Friday on the MJ Morning Show. Don't miss a moment. 6:09, traffic's on. Let's grab Pat with the latest, and we're back in just a couple of minutes. this way. 6:20 Friday morning. Hopefully you have something planned for the weekend. You know, got to be hot. I mean, we're really kind of socked into these kind of miserable, hot, humid 90s now. But, listen, make the best of it. Julian flew back in. He wasn't going to, but something just kind of presented where one of his summer classes that he's taking, that the instructor is like going to South America for a week and is going to do the class virtually. So he was able to just pop home, kind of an instant pop home. So Julian's home for a couple of days. So, we weren't really planning on that. So I got to, figure out what to do to entertain him. I just mentioned something a few minutes ago. I just teased an item about an age restriction. And you don't typically see this. This is kind of odd. Let's just talk about places with age restrictions.
All right.
Just around the horn here. Froggy, I feel like I'm Steve Harvey. Oh, by the way, I ignored, there was another recent Steve Harvey clip where the contestant said something, and I'm not completely convinced that they don't feed some of those lines to the contestants to say, because then Steve Harvey gives his shocked face with the giant teeth for the 27,000th time. I mean, how contrived are the Steve Harvey reactions on Family Feud?
Not as good as I used to be. That's for sure.
He's a very talented man.
Listen, I'm not taking anything away from Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey has made a fortune. He has been virtually everywhere. Radio. Does he still even do his radio show?
I don't see how these guys do it, like have 17 jobs. How can you do it?
Yeah.
Unless they record it at night. I don't understand. Is it real? Is it even happening?
Time management, Froggy.
Well, I did morning drive and then an afternoon show.
Yeah, but you didn't host 7 TV shows in between.
I did that for 22 years. I did 2 shows simultaneously, or one in the morning, one in the afternoon. Listen, my days were pretty jammed up. So, yeah, the Steve Harvey stuff. And listen, Steve Harvey, a talented guy, yeah. But, I mean, enough already with the viral clips that they release.
So they keep the show alive.
They tell you the clip is viral before it's even released. All right. So
today's a big day, by the way. Pat Sajak's last show.
I know. I've got that in the pile to talk about.
Very sad.
Yeah. Pat Sajak's last show on Wheel of Fortune today.
I wonder if he's just over it. If he's just like, oh, I'm done.
Yeah, he is. He's done.
Yeah,
that's what he said. He said he's had enough. It's time to enjoy some time off. And listen, that guy made a fortune, and they only really worked a couple of months a year, right? I don't know why they just didn't keep doing the damn thing. So Steve Harvey, which I kind of got off track here, but with Steve Harvey, listen, I ignore those clips now that pop up and, it's the latest Family Feud viral clip, and it's always the same Steve Harvey face, like, woo, I'm saying? It's like, come on. It's a little old.
I love it.
I wonder what Steve Harvey's reaction's going to be. I have no idea. Oh, my God. I have no idea what his face is going to look like.
All right. Listen, I love Steve.
So where was I?
I don't know. We're talking about Steve Harvey now.
Oh, I was talking about age restrictions.
Ah, that's it.
Oh, yeah. Around the horn.
Yeah, so I was going to ask Froggy.
Bars.
Yeah, good answer. Good answer.
Good answer. Good answer.
Good
Thanks,
answer.
Pat.
Oh, we got into it because I said it's kind of like a Family Feud thing. Places with age restrictions. Top 5 answers on the board.
All right, so bars.
Yeah, that's why I hit the Family Feud music. All right, so bars. Yes, good answer. Good answer. Good answer. Is it on the board? Bars. Yep, bars is on the board. Okay. Roxanne, place with age restrictions.
I think strip club sounds too much like bars, so I'm going to put it into that same category.
No, strip club is fine.
Is it fine?
Yeah, a
Okay.
bar is one thing. A strip club is a totally different.
There you go.
Yeah.
Survey says, let me see, strip club. Yep, there we go.
Wow,
Good
Steve.
answer. Good answer.
Yep.
Good answer.
Say something funny, Steve.
All right, Fester.
Yes.
Places with age restrictions.
Preschools.
Bad answer.
What?
Bad answer.
Yeah, you can't be 14 and go to preschool.
Yeah, he was working backwards.
Yeah, age restrictions, preschools. What? It's not on the board?
Why do we bring this?
Anyway. All right, let me
What?
just get into the item here.
Car rental counters.
What?
Car rental counters.
Yeah, you know what? Let me see.
All right.
Places with age restrictions. Let me see car rental counters. There you go.
NICU units.
All right, will you stop it? No, with car rentals, most of the major car rental companies, you've got to be 25 or older to rent a car. Some will rent lower, but I think they really jam it to you. I think they jam you right up the keister with a hot poker.
So
Yeah,
recently I had my birthday, a pretty significant birthday.
I still haven't gotten to the story
And,
yet, but go ahead.
I've been looking at my next move in a couple of years to a 55 and plus community. which
What?
I would love to live one of those old, but I can't move there now because I'm too young.
You have children.
But if I'm the homeowner, I could have kids.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
You just turned 50.
Yeah.
And the cake girl, of course,
Yes.
brought that amazing
Wonderful.
manatee cake, which we conspired behind the scenes to have made for you.
Thank you very much.
So you just turned 50. You're 5 years away from 55. So in 5 years, you'd be able to go into one of those 55 plus communities.
55 plus communities as the homeowner.
But those are typically like mobile homes, aren't they?
No, I have all kinds of stuff.
Do they?
Oh yeah, big
All right.
golf course communities.
All right.
All
Can
kinds
you-
of old people half naked.
Oh,
driving
I
their
know.
golf
I
carts.
know what I've seen. I've driven by some like 55 plus communities, and they have a giant lot where all their RVs are all parked.
A lot of
Yeah, I've seen-
manufactured home communities are 55 plus.
Yeah.
A lot of them are.
Now, can you bring your then teenager kids into that home with you?
I don't see why you have to stop reproducing when you're 55, right? Yeah, I mean, bring kids. So different ones have different policies.
So the age story that I have that is precipitating this whole discussion, and this is just something you don't expect an age restriction, and this is in the St. Louis area. Remember Florissant?
yeah,
It's a suburb of St. Louis, and we know St. Louis pretty well because during the long 18-year run of the MJ Morning Show, the first time around, we were on in St. Louis on a radio station called KSLZ Z1077. We were on that station for 14 of our 18 years of the MJ Morning Show. MJ and BJ, then MJ. And Florissant is a suburb of St. Louis. There's a restaurant. Some of the menu items: fresh snapper, jerk lamb chops. I'm looking at a lot of Jamaican style food apparently in this place. And guess what? The restaurant, which is called Bliss Restaurant, they have an age restriction. In order to go to the restaurant and just order food, men have to be 35 or above, and women have to be 30 or above. This is a restaurant. This mostly, Jamaican fare, but there's an age restriction on going to the restaurant. It's not a bar. It's not a strip club. This is a restaurant that has an age restriction. Men have to be at least 35 and women have to be at least 30 to order a jerk chicken or oxtail or whatever. According to the chef Alex Dixon.
why
In
couldn't
what?
why couldn't there be restaurants with are there restaurants with absolutely no children allowed? Just restaurants.
Well-
I know restaurants have bars and stuff like that, but is there any restaurant where you just cannot bring children? Sorry, sir, your spawns must stay in the car.
I don't know. Like, if you look at some of the major, 3- and 2-star Michelin restaurants in the U.S., like 11 Madison, or I don't know. Are you allowed to bring a 4 or 5-year-old? I don't know.
A screaming infant.
So a couple of weeks ago, this Bliss restaurant opened. Marvin Pate and his wife opened it up. Their chef is Alex Dixon, and that's the policy.
Good business plan.
But what is the West African Caribbean cuisine and then a side of age restriction?
Hey, they're doing it how they want to do it.
don't
Or
want
they
to eat.
kick you out if you bring a kid?
Yeah, they say the restaurant is just something for the older people to come to, have a happy hour, come get some good food, and not have to worry about some of the young folks who bring some of that drama. It's according to the assistant manager.
When's the last time you went into a restaurant? You're like, no, Michelle, we're not going to eat here tonight. Too much drama in this restaurant.
Too much drama.
No shirts,
all right,
no
so-
kids, no dice.
So what kind of neighborhood is Florissant?
Well, listen, there,
Is there a lot of drama in the neighborhood?
listen, I believe there are some nice areas of Florissant. Customers who appear to be younger than 30 will have to show their ID to the hostess at the front door to get in.
Oh, please. How great is this place? What is it, Studio 54?
For Florissant, it might be the
You break.
best.
Or guess what? This story's crazy.
Torch that place.
You have to show your ID to the hostess, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they're going to have an off-duty St. Louis County police officer checking IDs.
Listen, they're serious.
What is going on at this?
Sorry, sir, you're 31. You can't eat here.
Is this a trend that's going to take off? Yeah, you're a 34-year-old male. Nope, sorry. Can't come in. You can't have some jerk chicken. We're acting like jerks.
Yeah, it should be called jerk chicken.
How much drama have they must have had already to say, listen,
dude, they just opened up 2 weeks ago.
then what do they know that everybody else hasn't figured out yet?
They've been open for 2 weeks. Anyway, I thought I'd bring that up to see if that's a trend. Just a place where you don't expect there to be an age restriction, a freaking restaurant. I just want some curried freaking goat. I got to be, 35 to get in? All right, 6:32. Morons in the news next on the MJ Morning Show. First, Pat with traffic. 640 MJ Morning Show. MJ and the crew here. Early morons in the news in just a moment. Quick MJ appearance reminder. I don't do a hell of a lot of appearances, officially. I mean, I'm all over town. I really kind of make appearances everywhere because, I stop and talk to listeners all the time, whether I'm putting gas in the car, whether I'm, in Publix. I had a recent trip to Publix. Michelle was with me. I spoke to 12 or 15 people.
What are you, Leonardo DiCaprio? What the hell are you talking about? Nobody ever talks to me.
So
it's not fair to call this an appearance. You're just going to be there. You're going there to patronize your friend.
I'm making an appearance. It's a client. It's the Cake Girl, and I would love to meet you. I'm going to be at the Cake Girl tomorrow at 12 noon because the Cake Girl, they're celebrating their 5th anniversary at the brick and mortar store, the Cake Girl store at 14851 North Dale Mabry. So just look for thecakegirl.com online, get the address if you need it. And they're going to have a whole celebration for their 5-year anniversary from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. They're going to have over $5,000 worth of gift cards, cupcakes, cakes, just all ice cream.
All right.
So stop on by, have some enjoyment, and what are you?
It's not an appearance.
What are you all writing me for?
I mean, you're just gonna go. You're not gonna have a card table. You're not gonna have a card table and a headshots where you're giving autographs on a prize wheel. It's not an appearance.
Or are you?
Are you?
I am making an appearance.
I'm just showing.
I am. I'm going specifically for their 5-year anniversary.
So you're going to an event as a patron?
No, I'm going as.
Besser, what's your problem? He's making a celebrity appearance.
I'm making it
because it sounds so pompous. I'm making an appearance.
I'm making.
You're just showing up.
But I'm making an appearance. They asked me to show up. I'm showing up.
So you were an invited guest.
The Cake Girl's a client of the radio station. I do live endorsements.
You're just going.
I'm making an appearance.
So if any of us go, it's an appearance as well, correct?
Sure. Anyone can make an appearance.
I made an appearance all year long at my kid's car line every day about 2:15.
Eileen Warnos can stop by. That would be an appearance.
That would be something. What a great cake that would be.
Yeah.
Little rest area. Cake,
little wooded area.
Yeah. All right. So I will be there tomorrow, 12 noon.
Anybody who goes, just ignore MJ. Don't say hi. Just stand there by yourself.
Give me the silent treatment.
That'd be great.
Hey, Cake Girl, congratulations. Who's this guy?
I would love to meet you, your family. If you want to stop by, I'll be there at 12 noon. Maybe. Oh, Andrew said in my ear, it's north of Kennedy, so don't get lost.
That's a good point.
Listen, I go north of Kennedy plenty of times. I just don't go. I don't go much north of Hillsboro.
This is north of Hillsboro.
I know.
Listen, I'm going to the Rays game tomorrow at about that time, and if you see me, don't say hi.
Froggy will be making an appearance at the Rays game.
Yes, I'm appearing at the Rays game.
I'm going to bring this up again several times. You going to give me a hassle every single time?
Just call it what it is.
All right, listen. I have early morons in the news, and this, I don't know why I had this stuck in a pile. I didn't get to this. This is actually like a week old, but still, I love the story. You know those porta potties at construction sites that have the name Duty Calls?
Yeah.
Of course, we all know what the construction site porta potties look like, but I'm talking about, the ones at construction sites that have Duty Calls. I thought that was a relatively new company because I only started seeing Duty Calls, Doodie calls. I've only started seeing those over the last couple of years. I don't know if it's new or whether they changed their name. I've seen like Rent-A-John, and there's a whole bunch of porta potty companies that are out there. I don't know really. I don't know how there's that much business for porta potties, but there are lots of porta potty companies.
There's big money in portable poopers.
All right.
I mean, think about it. You can't have an event in a field without ample porta johns.
And with that in mind, it's not a sexy industry that people are dying to get into. So, yeah.
All right. The reason why I'm bringing this up, there was a story that I saw a week ago, and I just had it in my pile. I just didn't get around to it. So here we are. It's a Friday, so let me just get this thing out of the way. There's a lawsuit. Duty Calls is suing a customer that they provided porta potties for, and I guess they haven't paid their bill. I'll tell you, if I own Duty Calls, oh, man.
What would you do?
Oh, it's number 2 on my list for revenge. Number 2.
Me too.
What do you do? Just turn over a couple porta potties in their front lawn?
Oh, yeah.
How many porta johns did they drop off?
All right, here's the deal. Duty Calls is suing one of the customers that owes them thousands of dollars. Do you really want to screw with a porta potty company? No. Man, that blue chemical stuff and all the lawsuit said that a company owes them a whole lot of money. The lawsuit said the company, Duty Calls, contracted with D32 Invest and D32 Builder to provide porta potty restrooms through 2022 and 2023. However, Duty Calls has sought legal action against D32 and its subsidiary companies, accusing them of contract violations, according to the lawsuit. Duty Calls settled with companies later that year under the arrangement that D32 companies would pay Duty Calls over $34,000. However, Duty Calls claims that D32 companies have failed to make any of the payments. As a result, Duty Calls is seeking the full unpaid balance from D32 companies, along with over $24,000 in monetary damages. Listen, on my walks, with construction in my area, on my 2 and 5 mile walks in South Tampa, I see the Duty Calls, porta johns all over the place at houses that are being built. But my point is here, I wouldn't screw with a porta potty company. I would find like the owners of whatever company is stiffing me and not paying me. I would unload the contents of multiple porta potties in their parking lot.
Can't do that.
In their front.
But don't they suck the porta potties into a truck and then just unload the truck?
Oh yeah, you put that hose on reverse and you just blow crap all over their house. You find out who the CEO is or who the president of the company is.
Find out where he lives.
You pull up that porta potty vacuum suck truck and you just
put that bitch on reverse.
You put that bitch in reverse and just spray the contents all over their office and everything. That's what I would do.
So I'll tell you, I know Duty Calls is a really large operation locally. The first time I ever heard of them was when that storm passed through northern Pinellas.
Oh, that's right. It was a duty calls porta potty that was stuck up in the light pole.
It was just a door.
In like a Publix parking lot or something.
Yeah, the door got ripped
Oh,
off.
the door. That's that's right.
Oh, man.
I forgot about that. That was up in Dunedin, right?
I think so. No, it was northern Pinellas.
Yeah, it was Dunedin. Maybe along 19 or something. Yeah, it was a parking lot. That's right. The porta potty door was ripped off, and it was about 35 feet up in a parking lot light pole. That's right. Anyway, I just thought I'd do a little duty here on the little duty here on the MJ Morning Show on a Friday morning. Oh, we have an update. Do you remember the woman that was put in a patrol car and the cops had the car stuck on the railroad tracks and the train came along? Do you remember that story?
Yes, it was a female police officer who, as I recall, who was in trouble for it, right?
It was out in Colorado. Well, guess what? The road rage suspect, it was a woman driving that was accused of road rage, and the cops finally stopped her right adjacent to a railroad track. And one of the cop cars stopped on the railroad track and put the suspect in the car. We have a follow-up to this crazy story. Colorado woman who suffered a traumatic brain injury when a freight train... Andrew.
We need a freight train.
I need my freight train sound effects.
Train it up. Train it up.
I'll give you the cue. You get it ready, and I'll just give you the finger when I need my freight train sound effects. All right, so the Colorado woman... traumatic brain injury, freight train struck the cop car that she was handcuffed in. She's walking away with $8.5 million.
Whoa.
After the lawsuit has been settled against the police officers involved and their respective departments. Yeah, I remember seeing the video. It's awful. Yeah, Llorente Rios was detained in a road rage incident, put in a cop car. The car was on the tracks in Platteville, Colorado. And here comes this train. It's blasting its horn. The cops are not doing anything. The train is going bump, 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 bump. And the cops do nothing. Finally, the female officer notices and says, "Oh, my God, oh, my God." And then suddenly... You know, Andrew, if you look at our old audio bites, that might be in the computer.
We have it in the system.
Yeah,
we pulled the audio.
We played the audio. And then another officer yells, "Stay back," while moving away from the squad cars, which gets slammed by a Union Pacific freight train doing like 70 miles an hour. And this woman is in the back of the police car, obliterated. So luckily she wasn't killed. But apparently she had some kind of traumatic brain injury, and she's walking away with $8.5 million. Broken bones.
She could have, because
here, listen.
when I was behind
here it
her,
is. This
she
is
was
it.
driving slow enough,
Yeah.
so she could have tossed something back. I literally
Tossed it out the window?
She could have out that window, but who is that? Hart?
No, that's Tom Track. Oh my god.
Whoa.
Oopsie.
That was the actual audio that we played like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. So now the update to the morons in the news story is that the woman who was waving a gun, it was a road rage incident. This woman was waving a gun. She was rightfully pulled over,
Right.
But you don't put her in a cop car parked on railroad tracks.
Do they cover that at the academy? All right, guys, you're going to be cops.
High tower. Little police academy, little comedy there.
Come on, Mahoney.
All right, 6:50. Was Steve Gutenberg in that?
Yeah,
Right?
he was.
Yeah.
Was Steve Gutenberg in that? He is that.
Oh, he is
Yeah.
Mahoney, right?
Remember Bobcat
Yeah.
Goldthwait was a recruit for...
Put my car on the railroad track.
All right.
All right, there we go. Early morons of the news on the MJ Morning Show at 6:52. All right, 7 o'clock hour starts next. When we get back in just a couple of minutes, Roxanne, there's something you're very fearful of.
Oh, I have a list.
There is something that you're really, You're really
Just look at my Google search history.
You're very, very fearful. Really? That bad, huh?
What is it?
All right,
What is
well, I'm just gonna leave it at that.
it? Okay.
Something that Roxanne is very fearful of. I've got a list of ways to prevent it.
Okay.
All right. Stand by that and much more next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Garage. 7 o'clock. Actually, it is 7:01 right now on the MJ Morning Show. Welcome, everybody. The famous 7 o'clock hour starts right now, and at about 7:25, we're going to roll out an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. Quality, nonstop entertainment, no music, no commercials, for an hour and 20 minutes. We do it every single day here on the MJ Morning Show. So I have the Roxanne story here, but there's no Roxanne. She is MIA, so I don't know. I need her here because this is one of her greatest fears. She's brought this up. Oh, here. Hey, thanks for come on by. Come on down. Yeah,
Come on down.
Yeah, just waiting for you here, and kind of.
My greatest fear is someone talking about me when I'm out of the room, and I was just facing my fears right now. What did you say?
Well, I said that I couldn't do the story because you're not in the room, and
well, you dropped a song.
Well, I sent the text that I wasn't playing the song because the folks aren't here for the songs. They're here for quality MJ Morning Show entertainment.
Amen.
No, I mean, listen,
Yes.
I really can't get enough of red wine.
Yeah.
Dancing with me?
What is that?
Or that's Lady in Red.
Lady in Red.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got my red wine and my dress.
Hold
red
on,
dresses.
hold on. You just confused UB40's
Red wine is
with
dancing with me.
no.
That's how it goes.
Hold on. You just conflated red wine with the Lady in Red, Krista Berg.
I wish we played Lady in Red.
Lady in Red. Really?
Roxanne's in red today.
Yeah, I'm the lady in red drinking wine in my coffee cup.
That's
Red
more-
wine in here.
That's more orange.
Yeah, for our purposes, it's
I
red.
can't see reds and oranges.
No, that's not red. That's orange.
You know my disability. Why don't you rub it in, dude?
I didn't rub in your disability.
I can't see many colors.
First of all,
big deal.
I don't think you're colorblind.
He's been saying this for years.
I think he's been making it up for years.
Why would I lie about something so insignificant?
You know what's crazy is you can't see color, but you can taste color.
That's right.
Yeah, sympathy. You're looking for sympathy.
That color is blue.
Yeah. All right. So Roxanne, list some of your. You whisper all the time. What did you just whisper?
Froggy had a nice little joke.
You just whisper. You. I don't know what's going on with you.
I
but
mumbled to myself.
You're mumbling and whispering into the microphone more than ever.
The little part that's supposed to
It's
stay
like
in
an
my head.
epidemic.
Yes.
All
It sure is.
right, Roxanne,
Uh-huh.
list some of your greatest fears, and you brought this up.
Yeah.
I know that this is one of your fears, and I want to know if you're able to. And I've given Roxanne no cue here. I've given her no cue, no clue. I haven't filled you in. List some of your greatest fears. Go.
I'm afraid of heights. Deathly afraid of heights.
Okay, keep going.
I'm afraid of snakes.
Okay.
Also afraid of rogue shopping carts that might run you over in the parking lot.
What?
All right.
That's
Also
hilarious.
Keep going.
afraid of, something that might be lurking in my body somewhere, like
Tapeworm?
exactly,
Yeah.
like some sort of parasite. I'm
Okay.
also
All right,
let's see.
Go through the list here.
Teddy bears that have cameras in them that
Right.
all kinds of stuff.
More serious, like
Oh, serious?
Yeah, more serious things you're afraid of. You've mentioned this on several occasions.
Oh, okay. Well, what I seriously am afraid of is AI.
All right, but keep going. Not quite there yet, but all these are fears you have, I think.
Well,
right, I'm just
AI
gonna-
is pretty much it
all right,
because
I'm-
they're going to.
no.
What is it? What is it? Give me a hint. Give me a hint.
You've talked about the fear.
Hypochondria.
you've
General
ta-
hypochondria. Sorry.
t-
Sorry. Go ahead.
You've talked about the fear of being kidnapped.
Oh my gosh! No, I grew out of that fear. I've aged out of the kidnapping group.
I'm
afraid of my children being kidnapped, but I'm not afraid of me being kidnapped because I'm too.
Right.
Nobody's going to take me and
Right.
sell me to sex slavery now.
Kidnapping has been a fear. You've brought this up on the show.
Yes, kidnapping.
You're afraid of kidnapping.
Yes, yes.
Whether you've outgrown it, now you're afraid of
Just anyone
whatever.
getting kidnapped.
All right.
Anyone.
I have the 5 ways to maximize your chances of survival in a kidnapping situation.
Oh, gosh.
Man, this
Okay.
is news you can use. So not just for you, Roxanne, but this is for all of our listeners. How to survive a kidnapping.
Okay, I want to hear this list, and can we also do like a kidnapping prevention tips too, so you don't even get to this scary point?
I
that you're
think
gonna
that's
describe?
what I'm doing right
Okay.
now.
All right.
Yeah, I think.
The way you presented it, I thought it was like, here's how you survive once you've been bound and gagged and you're shoved in a
she's
room
talking
somewhere.
Pre-kidnapping. You're talking post-kidnapping.
Well, no, not necessarily. The best way to survive a kidnapping is to try to not get kidnapped in the first place.
Okay, the best way to survive a drowning is not go in the water. Okay, the best way to. You want to know the best way to prevent a kidnapping? Put on 100 pounds. Nobody
right.
kidnaps fat people.
Nobody.
Nobody.
You might have a point.
Yeah, I guess
You never see fat people. You want to not get kidnapped and just take it off your plate completely. Put on 75 pounds, Roxanne.
Are you saying if the Lindbergh baby was a porker that would have never been taken?
Listen, if it was a little fatty bumbalati, it'd been hard to climb back down those stairs.
I was thinking it was a ladder.
The ladder.
I think it was a ladder on it, yes.
The ladder. That's what I meant. But listen, you don't see fat people getting kidnapped. Always skinny people.
All right, Roxanne, make a note of this.
Okay.
Please make a note of it. So to maximize the possibilities of you surviving a kidnapping, you want to maintain situational awareness. Be very alert of your surroundings. Even if you're on a daily route that you regularly take, places that you go to frequently. Just got to have situational awareness.
Hey, can I interrupt you and tell you something? That the
go ahead.
reason that I have my daughters, I'm not saying I'm a genius or anything, but the reason that I have the parking lot Paw Patrol is, yes, to look for dogs and babies that might be in a locked car, but it's really to teach my kids situational awareness. Like to pay attention to what the heck is going on around them.
All right, listen, whatever you can glean from this, but situational awareness is key. That's like number one. You have to be aware of your surroundings, even if you like fall into a rut or a pattern.
You got to keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah, well, that's another term is head on a swivel. Always have to, military,
Yes.
police, that's one of the terms, head on a swivel, making sure that you're always looking around. Number two, if you are, Roxanne, grabbed and they try to stuff you in a sack and then throw you in the back of like a delivery van, cause a commotion. You want to be as loud and as boisterous as possible. You want to cause a scene. Do not, listen to this, do not let them take you to a second location. If they're able to take you from where you are to a second location,
Odds of survival decrease rapidly.
oh, yeah, you do not want to be taken to a second location. You know what's going to happen?
What?
Someone's going to survive a kidnapping because of this list.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be interviewed by like Channel 10, Channel 8,
Mm-hmm.
Channel 28. They're going to be interviewed. Fox 13, Bay News 9, and they're going to thank the MJ Morning Show.
Of course.
I survived the kidnapping because I heard on the MJ Morning Show, MJ say that if someone tries to kidnap you, you got to cause the biggest stink, commotion. You got to cause the biggest problem you possibly can, draw attention.
With cuss words, anything.
Whatever
it takes.
Kicking, screaming. You do not want to be taken to a second location. And then I can just see a would-be victim who escaped telling local news that I'm here today. I'm saved because of MJ.
Yep.
I'm telling you, that's in the making.
We talked about it on the show before, MJ, that with kids, you tell them, or it's like a tactic, if someone ever tries to grab you, start cussing, because it would be a very strange thing to hear a child using bad language,
Not my
and people would
kids.
pay attention to it.
Well, kids are supposed to yell, stranger, or you're not my daddy.
Yeah.
You're not my daddy. You're not my mommy. That's what kids are supposed to yell.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Number three, if you happen to be taken, if you fall into the hands of an abductor, you got to maintain situational awareness and keep track of your surroundings. Even if you're blindfolded, you want to. Is this a morbid, twisted segment?
You know what?
Is this,
I have issues with this segment all the way around.
or is there something just kind of different? Is there something like, you never know what you're going to get from the MJ Morning Show kind of thing
Yeah.
here?
I don't like how you set the entire segment up, because you made it sound a little jokey with like, ooh, one of Roxanne's fears.
When I didn't make it jokey.
Yes, you did.
No,
Ro-
it wasn't
what-
joking.
Yes, you made it.
Not joking.
You know
One
what?
of Roxanne's and Roxanne's like, I'm afraid of snakes. I'm afraid of this. And you're like, how about abduction? How about, I'm afraid of assassination. Let's go. We have ways to survive an assassination. That's the kind of thing you're positioning.
You know what? I made
it's
it
a
jokey.
pedestrian fear.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of getting jabbed in the leg with a ricin-tipped umbrella.
Ooh. We have a list of 10 things you can do to
Or-
avoid getting jabbed.
Or having my 4 o'clock tea
Yeah.
that's tainted with polonium-210.
Okay, so
That's some of my fears,
the
okay?
number one way is to not have tea. Wow. That's the number one way to not get infected by drinking tainted tea.
I just have a kidnap survival tactic on my mental list, and I'm waiting to see if it's on your list. So keep going.
Yeah, you want to hear and maintain like sounds, or even if you're blindfolded, do you hear a train nearby? Do you certain type of
Okay.
traffic? Maintain an awareness of your surroundings, and then you got to maintain your composure. You can't be like some kind of willy-nilly nut. You have to be cognizant. You can't whip yourself into a frenzy. You have to keep your wits about you and keep your head on straight. All right, and then finally, to minimize the chance of a kidnapping and to maximize your chance of survival, if by any chance, use your cell phone. There was a story about a woman in Texas who was stranded along a roadside. She had a flat tire, kidnapped. A suspect pulled over to offer to assist. But then things obviously turned bad. A male suspect lured her into a car under the guise of helping her get the tire replaced, and then used the child locks on the car to keep her in the car. And things turned a little ugly inside the car. Before she was able to escape, she sent her location to a friend because she happened to have her phone. So just an example. And Froggy, I'm really disappointed in you. You know what?
Why is that, sir?
You've just missed. There's clearly a sixth item that we're going to add to this list, and I am just shocked that you didn't bring this up already.
Of stuff to be scared of?
No, to stuff to do when you
Fight back.
get kidnapped.
Kicking the nuts?
First of all, I've watched you. You've been on your phone scrolling the entire segment.
We've got a lot of important business.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
It's kicking the crotch, isn't it?
No.
Is it pee on yourself or throw up on yourself? That's my tactic.
Roxanne's right. That's a
Like
great
an
tactic.
octopus? Just
So then they're like, get this gross girl out of here, right?
If someone tries to kidnap you, you're going to
That's all.
suddenly,
Yeah.
you're going to suddenly lose urinary
Bodily
and
functions.
bowel control.
Well, I didn't say
vomit.
that, but
And you're going to puke on your abductor as well.
yes.
If I can automatically induce it, absolutely.
That's quite a defense mechanism.
Listen, this could be the biggest tip of all, that if you're in a dark parking lot late at night,
I'm terrified right now, by the way.
You're scaring everybody.
Yeah, this is really.
Everybody's scared.
if you're in a dark parking lot late at night and a guy says, "Can you help me put this couch inside the van?"
Would you help me?
Say no.
Why don't you get inside?
Just got this pesky cast here.
If you see a guy with a cast on his arm,
You go ahead and get in, and I'll push
you
you
gotta
back.
get in this van.
There you go. Go ahead. There you go.
Don't get into the van. And then if he asks you if you're a size 14,
You better 14.
you better get the hell out of there as quick. Are you about a size 14?
You better size 14.
You better get the hell out of there. And if he has a dog named Precious,
Precious.
Yeah.
Precious.
And if he tucks something between the legs,
Yeah.
ooh,
I'll do the tuck.
if he's got night vision goggles, if there's a deep well in his basement
What'd you do me?
with fingernails and blood, that's bad. Really, really. It places the lotion in the basket. It put the freaking lotion in the basket.
Let's see what Roxanne learned. Fester, kidnapper.
Listen, I got no problem with the bodily fluids.
You
That's-
never know what's going to happen here on the MJ Morning Show. 7:15, we start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ next. Among the things coming up, Julian flew in yesterday. You're not going to believe what happened to his laptop on the airplane yesterday.
Was it abducted?
Hang on. Then Chloe took the LSAT. Do you know what kind of security procedures they have when you go to take the LSAT?
because they want to make sure no one is sitting in for you.
Oh, my God. Even more than that. They're
Whew.
trying to make sure you're not cheating with all. This is insane. It's worse than the airport.
Cavity search?
Hey, well, pretty damn close.
Well, I'll sign
All
up.
right, we got a lot of stuff coming up here on the MJ Morning Show. Fester witnessed an eye roll directed at me yesterday.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Fester witnessed an eye roll, and it was directed at me. We'll get to that coming up in just a bit. Stand by. All right, listen, we got too much stuff to even tease here. I got the clickbait story of the day. I've got a follow-up on the lady's luggage that was ripped off from the Spirit Airlines baggage belt. There's a chunk of audio that somebody made me aware of that we got to play. We're loaded, folks. Don't move. Back in minutes on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. All done.
There we go.
That's it. All right. All right. Right now, let's do it. 7:25, 7:26 here on the.
Bunch of AHA fans
yeah.
are all pissed off right now.
Oh, yeah. They're going to write letters and complain.
If they write letters.
Yeah. They're going to write letters and complain. All right. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate it. Hey, Pat Sajak. Last show is today. I mean, that's a hell of a career.
Yeah.
How many millions and millions of dollars is there? Did anyone estimate this? See, this is the crap I want to know.
Yeah.
All right. So Pat Sajak has been the host of Wheel of Fortune since, what was it, like 1981? Because do you know who used to host Wheel of Fortune?
I don't.
In 2 and 2.
Hmm.
Hold on. Don't say a thing. Roxanne, you have no idea what I'm doing?
I know it's an old game show reference.
Come on. In two and yep.
Richard Dawson?
No, not Richard Dawson.
Dick Clark.
What?
Dick Clark?
I thought you said Hitler.
No.
Oh, like what? Dick Clark?
Yeah.
Like, you got buried in the buzzer. No, it's not Dick Clark. Come on, we'll be back in 2 and 2.
Oh, Chuck Woolery.
Yes!
It was there.
Oh,
Yes.
look at yes. Chuck Woolery was the original host of Wheel of Fortune.
And didn't he also do a dating show?
That's what I'm referencing, Roxanne. Yes.
See.
We'll be back in 2 and 2. That's from Love Connection.
Yes.
Yes, that's what I'm referencing.
So Pat Sajak's salary is about $15 million a year, according to Forbes.
Wow.
He's the smartest entertainment guy ever, isn't he? He works the less and makes a bunch of money.
Well,
He's brilliant.
Most of these game show hosts don't work every day. Like Price is Right. They do 2 episodes a day or something.
No, they did I thought they did 5 a day. Like, I think Bob Barker, they would go in and shoot 5 half-hour
those are 1 hour episodes.
the 1 hours. Yeah, maybe.
So maybe they work like Monday, Tuesday, or something.
And
They
Pat
bang out-
Sajak literally does nothing on the show, though. Nothing.
They would. I know that even the hour-long Price is Rights, which it's been an hour for a long time, for decades, but I think they would do multiple hours a day.
Yeah.
And they would shoot a whole week, and then they'd have most of the month off. And
Well, like Pat Sajak or Jeopardy, they do 5 episodes a day, Monday through Friday, the first week of the month, and then that runs the next month.
Sounds like a lot of work.
They know exactly what day it's going to air, so they can reference specific days.
yeah, Pat Sajak has been the host since 1983, apparently.
Wow.
Yeah, not 81, since 83. 41 seasons. And you're saying that Pat Sajak estimated to make about $15 million a year.
What's
Wow.
Seacrest getting?
Yeah, you know what? It'd suck. Can you imagine if they hired Ryan Seacrest for more money than they're paying Pat Sajak?
I want more than Pat Hales.
Yeah, tonight's episode, it's the Friday, June 7th episode of Wheel of Fortune. Tonight is Pat Sajak's last ever. And apparently he has some kind of a tearful goodbye, or he has some kind of a parting message. I think he says something like, bye, bitches, or something like that.
Dude, Ryan Seacrest is getting $28 million a year.
Get out of here.
It says, while the exact salary is a highly coveted role, not
What?
confirmed.
No.
Wait, what?
No, the hosting Wheel of Fortune is a highly coveted role.
That's what I mean.
Yes, I know.
And he's reported to be making a staggering $28 million per year.
Are you serious?
That's what this says 4 days ago.
What is the source? What is the source?
Tunisian news?
No.
No. I don't know. Entertainment.
Are you having a stroke over there?
Interpretation.
So Pat Sajak is 77 years old. First of all, he looks great for 77.
Oh yeah,
because
he
he
does.
hasn't worked a day in his life.
Yes, he has.
I mean, think about it. He does it. He literally just stands up there and is like, "Hey, how are you? Where you're from?" Like his aura does enough for him. Just being Pat
He says,
Sajak.
all right, give it a spin.
Yeah, exactly. All right, give
Can
it a
you
spin.
imagine
Have to buy a
making
vowel.
that much money and having that kind of job? I mean, think about the people that just totally work their butts off, and
Toil.
people that are digging ditches and
Yeah, Pat Sajak compares himself to ditch diggers,
climbing
all the
through
time.
poop tubes or something. You're
Listen.
working on sewers, or and Pat Sajak's in an air conditioned studio, and
Air conditioning is the biggest perk of that job. Yes. Yeah, MJ. Listen, he's a game show. He has a TV show that's in every city in the country, right?
every market.
So he's one of the most famous people in America when you really think about it. He's probably one of the most recognizable people in America.
Anyway, Pat Sajak, buddy, have a good retirement. I mean, he's a likable guy. Remember, we had him in on the MJ Morning Show when we were on the other station years ago.
Yeah, that's right.
He was in town for something, and he popped in, and he was just a nice guy. We played Wheel of Fortune with him. Remember, we took copy machine paper, and we put it up on the wall, and we thumbtacked on the soundboard soundproofing material. We had a whole puzzle on the wall. And facing him was the blank side of the rear, but on the other side we had the letters, and we made him play.
Listen,
Can't remember what it was, but he was a great sport. We had him in the studio, I think a couple of times.
is he the last of the old school game show hosts?
I think so.
How long till he Ray Combs himself?
Why would you
He
say
definitely-
something so morbid?
I would think that he would be very, bored. Depression sets in.
That is terribly.
He's 77. I don't know.
When is Ryan going to bring in Ellen K to spin the letters?
That is terribly morbid. All right, I have a couple of things here that are just idiotic human stories. Well, Fester's going to think this is the greatest thing ever. Fester's going to say, "Oh my God, why did I think of this?" I saw a discussion thread getting feedback on a guy that just walks into like hotels and motels,
All right.
goes to the front desk and just says, "Hey, I need a roll of toilet paper,"
Yeah.
pretending he's a guest, and then just walking out with it.
That is funny.
But is it illegal?
Would that work?
It does. There's a whole story about this. A guy that just goes into hotels, motels, Holiday Inn, going into Red Roof Inn, La Quinta, going to, Hampton Inn, going into Comfort Suites, whatever. Walking into those type of hotels, going to the front desk, and they have all of the amenities at the front desk. 2 a.m, you run out of toilet paper, you go down to the front desk, and of course they have them either right behind the desk. They've got toothbrush in case you forget it. They've got extra bars of soap. They got the mini shampoos and conditioners. This dude goes to hotels, motels, just walks to the front desk and says, "Yeah, hey, I'm out of toilet paper. Can I get a roll?" And the front desk clerk, they got 200 rooms. He doesn't bat an eyelash. I mean, they're not asking for ID. "Sir, what room are you in?" They don't ask this stuff.
That's a real low level financial win, though.
So this guy, I guess, has shot some videos
That's right.
that have gone viral, and it shows him going to like Fairfield Inn by Marriott, just walking in, going to the front desk and saying, "Hey, I'm out of toilet paper. Can I get a new roll?" And they just hand him a roll of toilet paper.
Here you go.
There's a Comfort Inn right down the street.
Listen.
Give it a shot.
Oh, yeah, we ought to do that.
A Comfort Inn, as I used to call it as a kid.
Hey, seriously, how close is the hotel?
Within like 4 miles of the radio station, there's probably 5 hotels.
Oh man, we ought to.
There's a La Quinta
It's
one way.
0.4 miles away.
Oh, it's right here. Yeah, we got to. Should we do a live?
Just walk in. Hey, listen.
Should we do that?
I
See if
mean,
you can get toilet paper?
you know what? Someone's going to alert them. Heads
No, they
up.
won't go right
Yeah.
now, Fester.
all right, I'll see you guys. Bye.
No, someone's going to alert them. But I mean, think about this. Think about this scheme. You just imagine you do this at 12. If you had a whole density of these, type of mid-range motels, hotels.
A lot of times they pack them like herd animals.
Yeah, a lot of times they're very close to each other,
Right.
And you just pull from one parking lot to the next. You end up with like a whole Costco, 36 roll pack within 20 minutes. But I mean, think of this little scheme and scam. Fester, you're known to walk into these hotels and scam them out of the continental breakfast in the morning.
Scam is the wrong word.
You're walking in off the street. You're a non-guest walking in and pretending you're a guest to eat their free continental breakfast. That's a scam.
Just because I walk in with luggage doesn't mean I'm pretending to be a guest.
Let me roll something else by you here. Who the hell would not want to get the aisle or the window when offered the chance to move from their middle seat?
That makes no sense.
Well, I read a whole discussion on this.
Okay.
That someone was on a flight recently, and the guy in the middle seat did not want to give up the middle seat. Here's what happened. You had one individual on the aisle, and his friend had the window. And they thought that they would sit next to each other during the flight. There was a stranger in the middle. The guy in the middle would not move out of the middle to grab like the window.
What did he want to feel cozy in there? Did he want the
Yeah.
crosstalk to happen? Did he want to smell the coffee breath going across his face?
I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
right.
Who does this?
He wanted to be comfy.
The window seat is totally underrated because the window seat, you
Oh,
get that,
that's my go-to.
You get that whole side.
Yeah.
You know, the one great thing about the window seat would be if you could lift up the armrest.
Yes.
Now,
Agreed.
you know you can lift up the aisle armrest, right?
Yes.
So the aisle armrest, especially for like Fester knows this.
Fat
because,
people know.
Oh, yeah. So hefty folks like Fester know on the aisle arm, clearly the middle armrest goes up. But typically, it's been my experience that the window armrest, that's fixed.
Why?
I don't know. But the middle, that clearly goes up. And then the aisle, a lot of people think that's fixed. It's locked. Because you know what the middle is? The middle doesn't have a lock. The middle just goes up and down, the middle armrest. But the aisle, if you go to the underside of the armrest on the airplane, you go to the back, and depending on the seat manufacturer, whether you got a Boeing or an Airbus or whatever, you just got to feel there's like a little button or a
release.
notch, a little release. You got to go to the back where the hinge is, and underside, there it. Roxanne has a dumbfounded like,
You never knew this?
you
mean you're talking the outside?
yes, the outside
What?
aisle. That whole thing can go up. Yes. It
But-
totally has a switch, a little hinge. You push the button on the underside. You can totally, you have like oh my God, I can't believe, I've never known this face.
I'm just picturing what if you just like fall out?
You're seatbelted.
How
You're not gonna-
clumsy are you?
No, it just makes it easier to get out of the seat. And
So you have to have the armrest down for takeoff
right,
and
right.
landing.
Yeah, for takeoff and landing, they're going to make you put it down. But so many people don't know. Hey, another trick. What the hell was that?
It was Fester Slurp.
I think
Oh.
I'm out of beverage.
Oh, I
we,
thought-
we skipped the Aha song, so I didn't get to refill my cup. So
Oh, I thought that was your stomach gurgling. I'm like, what is going on over here?
anyway,
Another thing that people don't realize is on the lavatory door on the airplane, there's usually it's under there's a little like plate. If you like move that plate, that's how you can open and close the lock. So if somebody's locked inside,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's like a little, I think, what does it usually say? Like lavatory?
In use,
No, well, that's when they slide it.
right?
But on the lavatory door, there's like a little metal plate. And
Okay.
you can slide that plate. And right there, there's also the latch from the outside to open and close. Right there. Yeah. So typically, it's like a metal lavatory plate. And you can move that.
Oh,
Or- Yeah.
so what you're saying is anyone could break into or enter an airplane lavatory at any time.
Yeah, yeah.
The light basically just signals to not
Right.
do so.
Well, what I'm saying is that behind this little metal plate on the door, you can move the plate, and if someone is locked inside,
mm-hmm.
you can open it from the outside, and that's what flight attendants do when somebody happens to be locked inside. So I don't understand this idiot who would not want to move out of the middle seat when given the opportunity.
That makes no sense.
That
like
is-
that requires an explanation. If that person was next to me, and especially if I had a child, one of my kids in the window, I would honestly have to confront them and say, why?
Speaking of airplanes, Julian flew in last night for a couple of days.
did he have the middle seat?
He did,
Oh,
and
Good morning.
hey, Julian, good morning, buddy.
Hello.
Hey, you had the middle seat last night. We're just talking about middle seats. Are you listening to the show?
I am.
All right, so you heard the story about a guy that would not give up the middle seat to let two friends sit. You had a guy in the window that wanted to sit in the middle, and the guy in the middle, the stranger, wouldn't move over to the window, or I think even to the aisle, wouldn't. It's just ridiculous. He was like, I want the middle seat. Who the hell wants the middle seat? Anyway, Julian, you were stuck in the middle seat yesterday, right?
Yes.
Listen what happened.
Okay, you want me to tell the story or you?
Well, I think I already mentioned what happened, but you go ahead. For those that haven't heard it, tell everyone what happened while you were in your middle. And you were in an exit row, right?
Yeah, I was in exit row.
Listen to what happened to Julian on Delta last night. LaGuardia back to Tampa.
So I'm sitting in my exit row, middle seat, and I have a pilot next to me on the window.
Oh, for those that don't know, this is Julian, my college student son, who is coming back from New York for a couple of days. He's doing summer classes, but what's the deal? You were able to come home because your instructor is... What's the story?
She's leaving the country to go to, like, a conference in, like, Colombia.
Yeah.
Sounds like she's about to
So,
get abducted by
so
the
we have,
cartel.
like, Zoom classes, and she was like, if you're going to go anywhere, that's the week to go somewhere.
Yeah, so you get to just come back home and do the classes on Zoom, right? While they're away?
Yeah.
All right, so you're on the airplane, and you're in the middle. Tell everyone what happened.
All right, so keep in mind, this is the first time I've ever used my laptop on an airplane. I never use my laptop on an airplane. And I've never had this, like, okay, all right. So I'm on the airplane, and we reach the altitude where I can take out my laptop. So I take out my laptop.
Because you usually use your cell phone. You connect the Wi-Fi in your cell, right?
Yeah, and right now I'm just, trying to teach myself a 3D design software called Blender. So I'm like, all right, I'll just do that. I'm bored. I didn't download any movies.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Two hours, 45 minutes. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I take out my laptop. I start working on my project. Drink service comes by. I don't get anything. The pilot on the window seat gets something, and then the guy in the aisle gets a drink. And then maybe 20 minutes later, or no, not even. Like, it was way sooner than that. Maybe 5 minutes later.
Are you awake, dude?
Drink.
Are you? Did I just
am.
wake you up?
Kind of, a little
Maybe
bit.
Dad
All right.
should have told this
All right.
story.
All
I mean, I'm just saying, Julian.
Anyway, just cut to the chase. What happened?
The guy's drink slides off the tray table, and I guess he goes to try and save it, but, like, your coordination's not that quick, and he, like, flings the drink, and the drink goes all over, like, my laptop.
You know when
no.
you know when you try to grab something and you do a quick snatch, but then you end up propelling it even further and faster?
Yeah, you make it worse.
Yeah. So this guy's drink goes all over Julian's laptop, and we got him a new laptop for school, for video editing. So he got this juiced up MacBook Pro. I mean, this laptop was like $4,500 or something. And well,
Did it ruin the laptop?
well, luckily it was sparkling water. It was club soda. But if this were Sprite or Coke, man, that would have
I
been.
mean, they probably would have had to. We probably would have been diverted. I would have closed that laptop and hit that guy over the head with it.
Whoa.
Yes.
Hardcore.
Little air.
You would have been diverted.
Yeah,
Yes.
little air rage. So this guy knocks his drink all over because you're in the middle seat. And was this the aisle or the window passenger?
This is the aisle.
What did he say when he knocked his drink all over your keyboard?
Well, he didn't know it at first, and I caught it.
How does he not know it?
Because, the cabin lights were off, and, like, I don't even think he was, like, paying attention. I mean, this guy was just didn't seem like the brightest individual.
All right. Anyway, so Julian is hooked up to Wi-Fi on the phone, and on Delta, you got full text capability. So Julian is texting, and you ought to see the expletives coming out of this 20-year-old college kid's mouth. You're 19. You turned 20 July 4th, right?
Yep.
All right. So almost 20-year-old. And I just said, hey, first of all, when something spills, when you get liquid, you turn it off immediately.
Oh, yeah.
And then just try to shake the water out.
Or suck it out.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Start sucking
real.
out. Start sucking out your keyboard.
And try not to think about how dirty your hands are when you type on it.
Ugh, oh man.
Forget Coke or
anyway,
Sprite. What if the guy got like a Jack Daniels or something?
Yeah.
Well,
That'd probably be cleaner.
yeah, the alcohol probably clean. Yeah, you don't want a sticky, man. When you spill a soda in something, man, it has that stick.
Yeah.
Forever. How do you get that out? Anyway, Julian, the laptop is working. It could have been a lot worse, and at this point, you think the laptop is unaffected?
I think so.
But man, you, I mean, your stomach must have been like, in your feet when you saw this guy's drink all over your nice Apple MacBook Pro.
Well, especially since it's like my only laptop. It's my primary tool. I have so much stuff on this. It is basically my life as a film student. You know.
So you're about to throat punch the guy at 33,000 feet?
So, if my computer just died on the spot, we were gonna get diverted.
Oh,
Yes.
I bet.
And a Delta flight from LaGuardia to Tampa was diverted today. All right, Julian, I'll talk to you later. I'm glad things worked out.
Welcome home.
All right, goodbye.
All right, man, that sucks. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
If you do it yourself, man, you feel like an idiot, but somebody else sitting next to you knocks their drink onto your laptop?
I always am surprised there
What
aren't
the-
more drink spills. I mean, people are clumsy and they're just wobbling there on that tray.
And 747 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. I have a Facebook story. This is a big Facebook problem. Does anyone know what the big Facebook problem is? Hang on. Get to that in 1 second. I just want to mention about my special appearance tomorrow. Oh, here goes Fester again.
It's not an appearance.
Fester, I'm making an appearance.
Tyson's not coming out with the radio station van.
Oh, we're not going to have a card table with a tablecloth that says Q105 on it?
Yeah,
So it's not an appearance?
We're not bringing the
Dude,
new Plinko prize thing.
I'm going to the Cake Girl's 5th anniversary at her store on Northdale Mabry at 12 noon tomorrow. I'm making an appearance. I don't make many appearances. Actually, I appear all over town, and I talk to listeners like every single day.
Yeah, you're just going.
But-
you're going to support your friend. You know,
It's a client.
who we've become friends with.
Yes, true. Yes.
I want to see you at this appearance jump out of a cake. That would be an appearance.
I'm making an appearance at Walgreens after the show. I got to get some suppositories.
Yeah, right. Seriously.
All right.
Yeah.
Folks, I would love to meet you, MJ Morning Show listeners. I would love to meet you tomorrow, Saturday, June the 8th. I will be at the Cake Girl store at 14851 Northdale Mabry. It's her 5-year anniversary of the brick and mortar store, the Cake Girl. So I will be there at 12 noon tomorrow. Bank on an hour or so. And I'd love to meet you. Bring the family out. Bring the kids. If you'd like to meet me, MJ, if that would be the thrill of your Saturday, come on down.
I, too, would like to be talking about what you son of a...
What?
I have an appearance also
What? You don't like me interrupting you with the... Go ahead.
today at 10:30.
Come on down! MJ at the Cake Girl tomorrow at 12 noon. Come on down! All right, where's your appearance?
I'll be at the Wawa on Hillsborough Avenue across from the casino
Yep.
getting a sub for lunch.
Oh.
About 10:30, 10:45-ish. If anybody wants to come by, I'll be
Yeah.
making an appearance.
And you'll grab the whole bin full of Splenda as well, right?
Check.
MJ, you're going to wear your I Am MJ shirt?
I don't have an I am. What are you saying?
Yes.
I don't have an I am MJ shirt.
Yeah, you don't want people to know.
You're going to hire your crowd hype people? Ooh, is that MJ?
I'm going to wear my weighted
It
vest.
whispers.
Oh, God.
I'm going to go with my 20-pound weighted vest.
Kirby should kick you out.
All right, and folks, I'd love to meet you tomorrow. The Cake Girl, 14851 Northdale Mabry. I'm making kind of an impromptu happy 5th anniversary appearance at the Cake. They're going to have over $5,000 in gift cards they're giving away tomorrow. Cupcakes, cakes, ice cream. It's going to be a fun time. Come on out and celebrate the 5-year anniversary. And yes, I'll be there at 12
Celebrate
noon.
and salivate.
I'll be there at the Cake Girl tomorrow, 12 noon, Northdale Mabry.
Lots
The
of
Cake-
paparazzi will be there as well. You probably get
Yes,
paparazzi on the way
guys,
out.
listen, I just like meeting our audience, okay?
The news
That's-
channel's going to fly the chopper.
Will you stop it?
And I think we can see MJ walking into the Cake
We
Girl
see
right
him
now.
leaving his car right now, Bob.
And he's inside. He's inside.
Is he in front of
Send the ground crew.
Can you see what kind of cupcake he's having?
See the Cake Girl tomorrow.
We're bringing you live, uninterrupted coverage of MJ's appearance at the
An
Cake Girl.
impromptu appearance he's been talking about for a week.
We're following MJ's car up Dale Mabry, just south of Bears Avenue.
He's got
Can I-
4 cop cars or What is
He
that
ran
called?
a yellow. He ran a yellow.
Ran a yellow.
He ran a yellow,
He
Bob.
really wants to get there, Bob.
Hold on. Am I being chased by the police or do I have an escort?
No.
He has an escort. And he's being chased.
I have an escort in the car, $300 an hour.
Jeez, go see MJ, yes.
All right, here's the deal. Facebook, they got a problem.
So they have a problem or you have a problem?
No, Facebook has
Okay.
a problem. I don't like Facebook. I have a personal Facebook under my real name. We have MJ Morning Show on Facebook. I just always found Facebook a little too tedious.
IG's better.
I like Instagram, and of course, Instagram is part of
Facebook.
part of Meta. I've given up on X because that's just a dumpster fire.
That's what makes it so great.
Now you see, like it's like full blown porn is like acceptable on X now.
Well, with a name like X, what else would you expect?
Exactly, and they're going to change it to XXX, I'm sure,
Yeah.
pretty soon. No, but Facebook's got a problem, and we have a Facebook account. In fact, we have like nearly 30,000 followers on Facebook. I think that's our largest actual platform.
Mhm.
And Fester, you manage the MJ Morning Show Facebook.
Very poorly, but yes.
Well, you need to do a better job with it.
Yeah, you better.
All right, you need to do a little better job with that.
I'll post pictures
All
of MJ's appearance tomorrow.
Will you stop it already? All right, Facebook's got a big problem. They got to lure a younger crowd. They are desperate to get Gen Z into Facebook because the upper millennials and the Gen Xers and the boomers dominate, and they're going to age out. And if Facebook doesn't figure out how to get the newer, younger generation into Facebook, they've got massive problems. Like their business model collapses because everyone, ages out. People start dying off. They don't care about it anymore. And Facebook has got to figure out how to get Generation Z interested in Facebook. And the word that I read in this story from the Post is that they're desperate. Meta has revealed a plan for Facebook, social media platform, which turned 20 this year, to win over Gen Z and increase engagement from the younger generation. Because if they don't figure this out, they're going to be dead.
Yeah, well, and you know what? It's just going to be a bunch of posthumous Facebook users. You
Yeah.
know how someone passes and then all of a sudden you
Oh.
see like we miss so-and-so. Someone takes it over, does a quick
Hey,
goodbye message.
Guess
That's all
what?
they're going to have.
I know folks that passed on and their social media is just lingering.
Yeah.
It's just sitting there.
Yeah, you get birthday reminders for them.
Oh,
Right?
Yeah.
It's a little creepy. And so Facebook executives have a strategy, the next 20 years of Facebook, and they presented this at a recent event in New York City. It's like they've got an existential threat potentially here. So they got to figure out, how do we get the younger generation interested in Facebook? Man, I'm not interested in Facebook. I just always just found it kind of clunky and tedious and just too much. Too difficult to navigate and, trying to do things on there.
Yes, scrolling is really, really
No,
tough.
it's beyond that. It's like, I had some account issues and trying to, and you can't get a hold of anyone.
Yeah, good luck calling Instagram.
Well, no, it's the same company. I get it, but I just haven't had any problems with Instagram. I've had problems with Facebook. So they've got a problem. They know they got a problem, and they got to fix it. The question is, do you think that Facebook is going to be able to lure, like my daughter Chloe, who does not have a Facebook page? If I call Chloe now, I'm like, hey, Chloe, what's your Facebook page? She'd start laughing at me. She doesn't have a Facebook page.
So what can they do to bring in younger consumers?
That's what they're trying to figure out. They're trying to do like a whole kind of, hey, we're not your mother's Facebook anymore. Some kind of crap like that. We'll see if they're at all successful. Hey, speaking of social media, if you would like to help me get to 17,000 followers, I'm like within just a stone's throw. So on my Instagram, I'm now at 16,900 and blah. So I'm just 75 away from hitting 17,000. So if you'd like to give me a follow, I'm not begging here. I'm not pathetically on my hands and knees begging, but I'd love to see a 17. You know, it's like the Jerry Lewis telethon when I was a kid. You know, they go to the tote board.
Yeah.
You know, and I'd love to see a 17 up here. So if you do not follow me on Instagram, there's a lot of good stuff. Did you see the white powder mystery that I posted last night?
No, I missed that.
Oh, yeah. I got to talk about the white powder mystery. I don't know what the hell this is. Got a big white powder mystery in my neighborhood.
Taste it.
I kind of brought that up in the video. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, give me a follow, Certified MJ Radio. If you want to follow me right now, and if you don't like my content, then unfollow me in a day or two, or give me a couple of weeks. Give me a couple of weeks, and if you don't like my stuff, then just unfollow my ass. All right? But I'd love to get to 17,000 today. Follow me, Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. The MJ 17,000 is on. Hey, bring up that last video that I shot last night.
The flapping one?
Yeah, no. The last one. Go, yeah, right there. That
White
one.
powder?
Yeah, play that. Go ahead. You gotta.
Hold on. Okay.
Reset and quickly do it. And go. Here we go.
Zoink, Scoob! We have a mystery on our hands! Folks, this is the case of the white powder mystery. I don't know what's going on. I'm on my walk the last couple of days, and there are these piles of unidentified white powder. And it's not just one street, it's multiple streets, and I don't know what the heck is going on. Here's more. Then if I go down over here, let me run a little bit here.
I jog
There's
a little
another
bit.
pile. I mean, what? Is this like heroin? Did some dealer drop a key of cocaine?
Busted a
I
kilo.
mean, what is it? I mean, should I dab my finger in it and like, taste it, test it, like on some cop show? What is this?
Yeah, do cops ever? Remember all the cop shows? They take their pinky and dab it in.
Put it on their gums?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, that's coke.
And then they look up and give a nod like we caught him. Yeah, we got him. It's real.
Cops don't do that.
Yeah, no, because then they test positive for drugs.
Well,
right?
especially, the fentanyl stuff these days.
Or die.
Yeah. But it's crazy. Take a look at this video. Video is on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. Give me a follow. And I don't know what it is. And it's not just this one street. I've seen it on 3 different streets in my neighborhood, these little piles of white powder. I'm like, what is this? It's like the crop circles mystery of South Tampa right now.
The coke dealer of Beach Park's getting sloppy.
Oh, man, I'll tell you. If anyone knows, I've got to read the comments. Maybe somebody... Hang on a minute. You know what? Let me read.
Was Hunter Biden in your neighborhood? That's the first comment I see.
Good one.
Hunter Biden.
Was he in the neighborhood?
Lick your pinky, test it out. Yeah. Call Hal Herman, it says.
Hal can test the white powder.
Yeah, Hal's got some substance abuse problems. Somebody was driving by getting rid of their drugs.
It's too many piles. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Probably Scarface moved into your neighborhood.
Maybe.
All right.
Do you remember, MJ? I think I showed you the photo, and I think you showed it on MJ TV.
Yeah.
But when Doug was listing a house, and we both went to the showing, and the other real estate person came up to me, and she was like, "Yeah, there's a smudge on the desk in there," and I'm thinking to myself, okay, there's a smudge on the desk. Well, the desk doesn't come with the unit, so who cares? And she kept saying, you might want to look at that smudge. And sure enough, I went and looked at the smudge. It looked like someone was doing a line of cocaine. It looked like remember that photo I showed you?
I do. Yeah.
I mean, it looked very authentic. So that's why she was trying to give me the heads up. Hey, you and your real estate partner ought to lay off the...
Which is true. I mean, that's good advice she was giving
but
you
it
guys.
would never, ever be.
You got to lay off the devil's dandruff.
You would never, ever
That would
caught.
not be the case.
Hey, Roxanne, lay off the devil's dandruff. Been meaning to talk to you about that.
Yeah.
All right, now, you ready for the latest pile of internet garbage? Like total false crap that's circulating? This is Pride Month, right? June is Pride Month?
Yes.
Kraft has not put out Gayo Mayo.
Oh, come on.
I swear. Somebody's done a mock-up that looks real of a bottle of Kraft Gayo Mayo.
Have
And-
the folks from Kraft issued a statement?
It is not real. People are falling for this. There's no Kraft Gay Pride Gayo mayonnaise called Gayo Mayo for Pride Month. Does not exist. All right, that's number one. Number two, internet BS crap that is circulating on social media, TikTok. You know how I feel about TikTok. You know, I don't have a TikTok. I avoid that, Chinese spy operation like the plague. But the other racket and video that's circulating, and my God, this story goes back years. So this is a double whammy because somebody has used AI, artificial intelligence, and they've taken a clip of Elon Musk doing an interview with that tool, Joe Rogan.
Why is he a tool?
I guess he's a dummy.
You hate everyone.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I mean-
Ryan Seacrest?
I don't.
Listen, the guy is doing something a little different, and he's doing pretty well at it.
But he's not a bright guy.
Listen,
Yeah,
don't have
he's
to be
very
smart.
stupid. He
Listen,
brings in $100 million a year.
Yeah, well, that's listen. There are mysteries of the universe. Okay, all right. So you have this old clip of Rogan interviewing Elon Musk, and somebody put it through some AI deal with an AI generated voice for Elon Musk,
Yes.
and people believe that this is true about markings on toothpaste tubes. And if you look at like a toothpaste tube, you look at the end, you look at the crimp. And if you look at the crimp, there are different like colored blocks. Sometimes it's like a red block, a black block, a green. It's the one of the colors used on the toothpaste screen printing. And at the crimp, at the end of the tube of toothpaste, you'll see like a square or rectangle colored block. And listen to this. This is circulating. This is AI-generated audio mimicking Elon Musk put to old video of Elon being interviewed, and he brings up this whole toothpaste conspiracy. Listen.
Now, this is scary. Have you ever heard about the toothpaste theory?
Like toothpaste?
Yeah,
Never heard
so
about it.
This might not be true, but if you haven't heard about it, have you ever noticed like something on the bottom of the toothpaste tube?
At the bottom?
Like there's always like a square of color when the rest of the packaging is white.
Oh, okay.
So check this out. You can either get a black square, a red square, or a blue square. And these colors might actually mean something. They might not just be random like some people think. Do you know what those mean?
No, I don't.
So keep in mind that they're all the same brand and type of toothpaste. Anyways, the theory goes that the people that know the code stay away from certain colors of the toothpaste. So it's like a if you know situation.
Okay.
So, yeah. The code is if you have the green on your toothpaste, it means it's all natural. If you have the blue, it means that it is natural plus medicine. If it has red, it's natural with chemicals. And finally, if it is black, it's all chemicals. Again, this might not be true, but what do you think about it? And which color are you going to use?
I thought that was true always.
It is not.
I saw that a long time ago.
Yeah, this has been circulating for like 4 or 5 years. This started as like some internet thing that I'm sure Snopes did a story on this, but it is not true. The little color squares on the crimp on the end of you. Take a look if you're near a toothpaste tube or later today. Look at the end.
They're there.
And you'll have the little square or rectangle like a block that's red, green, blue, black, whatever. But the whole color code that Elon Musk did not say, but you heard him say it because that was AI. It's totally faked audio. Those squares do not color code natural, mostly natural, all chemical. It has nothing to do with that.
Well, what is natural even when it comes to toothpaste? You know what I learned from that clip, MJ?
Yes.
I learned that Froggy's Elon is much better than
right.
AI's Elon.
Pretty
Okay.
good.
All right. Let me tell you what the damn color-coded squares are. That's for the automation equipment to know where to cut and crimp.
That's a lie.
The laser light readers use those squares for cutting and crimping of the toothpaste tube. It's for the automation process and the manufacturing process. It has nothing to do with your toothpaste is all natural, somewhat natural, all chemical. It's all made up. So the story is made up and goes back like 5 years. And now this internet faked AI video with Elon Musk and Joe Rogan, it's garbage. And people believe this. People are sending me these clips. First of all, stop sending me reels, please. MJ, you see this? I've had a dozen people send this to me in the last week or so.
So I typed in toothpaste tube markings into Google.
Geez,
First thing that comes up is Colgate debunking all of this. And they're saying, hey, listen, it's just for the manufacturing process.
That's it. That's the truth. No. Oh, no, man. That's what they're saying. It's a big conspiracy. It's big toothpaste.
Toothpaste gate.
Oh, my God. I mean, please.
I believe it.
Everyone stop it. Hey, I've got a follow-up here. I've got a couple of follow-ups here on the MJ Morning Show. Follow-up number one. Do you remember the story we had early this week of the airport employee down in Fort Lauderdale that stole somebody's luggage off of the baggage belt at Terminal 4 at FLL at Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood?
Oh, yeah.
Person's coming off of a Spirit Airlines flight, waiting for the bag. Turns out an airport employee working at a store grabbed someone's bag off the baggage carousel, and the person was able to track their iPhone or some Apple device was pinging, and it turns out at the perp's house.
Yeah, that's not good.
No.
That's hilarious.
I mean, we talked about the story earlier. A determined Spirit Airlines passenger was on a mission to find her stolen luggage. She found out that it ended up at a Fort Lauderdale house. Now, an airport employee has been arrested, charged with grand theft in the incident, which was caught on camera. I'm just giving you the details again because there's something that I was made aware of, and I've got some audio to play. Paola Garcia stood at Carousel 4 inside Terminal 4, Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. I was just there a couple of weekends ago. I took my first ever Spirit Airlines flight from Tampa to Fort Lauderdale to see my dad and back. I always said I would never fly Spirit. I don't like the business model, the fact that they nickel and dime you for everything.
We know you don't like Spirit,
So
but you had a nice experience.
I did. So I said I would never fly Spirit, and I flew Spirit for the first time. And I thought I had a decent experience.
Okay,
you did?
I paid $59 each way.
Okay.
And I didn't get upcharged. I didn't get nickel and dimed.
Shut up.
I didn't.
Which one, me or him?
You.
Why? The horse is still dead.
I didn't pay for a carry-on bag. I didn't pay for a check bag. I didn't pay for a seat assignment. I ended up with 2 great aisle seats.
I was in FLL Airport 4 years ago.
I'm going to shut your damn mic off. All right, so the deal is I flew Spirit Airlines for the first time when I said I wouldn't, and my experience was fine. Anyway, back to the story, because we have an update. So this woman is waiting for the luggage, and luggage didn't come. She had, computers in her luggage. Anyway, she was able to track a ping from one of her Apple devices, and it takes it to a house in Fort Lauderdale. Turns out that a 29-year-old guy, Junior Bazile, stole her suitcase and was even seen on video in the back of the store where they worked at the airport rummaging through the case. And finally, he took a MacBook, other items, an iPad, 2 Apple Watches. I think it was the Apple Watch she was able to ping.
Jeez.
And she was able to drive to a home in Fort Lauderdale where the airport employee had her suitcase and the ripped off items. And she goes there.
So obviously he just rummages and looks for high-priced items
Yeah.
and bags,
Now,
right?
if you heard that story earlier on the MJ Morning Show, a listener made me aware of a Channel 10 Miami report where one of their investigative reporters goes to the house.
Oh, wow.
Yes. In Channel 10 WPLG, I used to work for WPLJ in New York a couple of times. This is WPLG. It's Local 10 down in Miami, Fort Lauderdale. This reporter, guy's name is Jeff Weinseer. Jeff Weinseer is the reporter, and he shows up at this house in Fort Lauderdale, and the perp's mother, Junior Bazile's mother, is just sitting on the front porch.
Sure.
Well, something happens.
Does mom want to talk?
Well, mom talks at first, but then it takes a weirdo turn. All right, listen to this.
You know he was stealing luggage from the airport for people's luggage?
My daughter told me that. He never told me that.
He wasn't home. We had a pleasant, cordial, 7-minute plus conversation with his mother, who never asked us to leave and answered all of our questions.
Yes, because the police come in here, they don't find nothing in my house.
But when we told her at one point Garcia's Apple Watch was pinging from inside of her house, this happened.
That was coming from your house.
Stop! I told you, if you don't want to go to jail with me.
She yanks the ID right off my neck and then claims that I hit her.
Yes, put me in the camera. Put me in the camera. Put me in the camera.
Police looked at the video.
That's the proof you come to slap me.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, you come to slap me? Yeah, man. I think she's from Jamaica, man.
Not eerie.
You're making me crazy over here. So the woman, the mother, the Channel 10 Miami reporter, he's got the lanyard around his neck with like his station ID and the press credentials.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She grabs it and rips it off his neck. And then she's going,
That's assault.
Yeah, oh, damn right. And then she starts claiming that the reporter attacked her. Meanwhile, the photographer's across the street and he's videoing the whole thing. And
Oh my gosh.
And he's got the wireless microphone that's being picked up by the TV camera. And he's got the whole thing. What is this? I mean, what here, listen.
I told you, if you don't want to go to jail with me.
She yanks the ID right off my neck and then claims that I hit her.
Yes, put me in the camera. Put me in the camera. Put me in the camera.
Is she saying put me on camera?
I thought she was saying put me in timeout.
She
But
sounds like a bird.
It is.
What is that bird?
Welcome.
That's
Welcome to
a
the
keeper.
bird sanctuary. It's mating season.
It's a Cooper's hawk like we have in our
Yeah.
front tree right now. We've got like a mom and dad Cooper's hawk and 3 babies that we've been following in our front yard. Sound just like that.
Really?
Yeah. No, that's true. We do have the Cooper's hawks.
Does it sound like this?
Yeah. My God, what is wrong with this woman? But the reporter did not want to press charges. But clearly, the reporter could have, had her arrested for a battery charge.
Yeah. So they get the bag back?
Yeah, I think they got some of her stuff back. So that is the follow-up story. Was the reporter going to the house and the mother just totally freaking out. By the way, folks, that is not the Tukey bird from Q105 circa 1982, okay? Yeah.
Close.
It does. It sounds like the... It's the Tukey bird.
People are calling in to see if they won.
Hit radio Q105. Q105.
It's close.
It's very, very close. Froggy. One of your favorite TV shows of all time. I don't know what's going on with like famous houses up for sale, but the Home Alone house was up for sale. And we just had the story yesterday that the Home Alone house sold for like over $5 million, or there's a contract on the house. Whether it closes, who the hell knows. But the Home Alone house in, what is that, Winnetka, Illinois, just outside of Chicago?
Okay.
Where the exteriors of Home Alone were shot. Crew members are disputing some of the real estate listing claims that some interior shots were shot, but some crew members are saying that nothing was ever shot inside the house. It was all exterior. So that house just sold. Froggy.
Yeah.
Guess what house is also up for sale?
One of my favorite shows?
List your favorite shows.
Well, everybody knows my top is Saved by the Bell, but there wasn't many houses. That was a school.
Yeah, it was a school.
Then we're going to roll down to Full House.
That is it.
Whoa.
Yeah. You know,
San Francisco?
Yeah. Years ago, Michelle and I and the kids, we were in San Francisco, and we actually drove right by. There's a park. There's like a grassy area right in front, and we actually checked out the Full House.
Oh, we need the theme song.
Yeah. Hey, Andrew, can you dig up the theme song?
I know every word of that one, too.
Here we go. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Froggy's going to sing.
Everybody knows it.
All right. Froggy's going to lip stink this. Here we go.
You know what, guys? I got a question.
What?
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paper boy, the evening TV. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a face of somebody who needs you. Everywhere you look, you know what? When you're lost out there and you're all alone, light is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look. The best part's coming up.
Yeah.
Everywhere you look.
Yeah, we know. There you go. Froggy, ladies and gentlemen.
Such a good show.
The Full House.
Wow. I bet you that's expensive.
$6.5 million on the market right now, just listed.
Right in the pit of San Fran?
What are you guys doing your own show over there again?
No.
What's happening?
What's the first line of that theme song?
Whatever happened to predictability?
Froggy singing it as soon as you play it. That's what I wrote to Roxanne.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to predictability?
Oh, you guys are doing your own little
Froggy
show.
singing this damn theme song.
You're cracking me up over there.
You're killing it today, man.
You're killing us,
I'm just
Fester.
going to make Roxanne laugh.
So
King of the bombs.
This Victorian home in San Francisco used for the exterior only shot, a Full House, and then Fuller House.
I didn't get into that.
They need to come up with Condemned House next. Like it's just falling apart.
Well, that one daughter had like this meth addiction.
Oh yeah.
What house was she in? During
Stephanie?
Vegas? Yeah.
Oh, Stephanie. Yeah. Poor thing.
Not Full House, Meth House.
Yes.
And the thing has been shut down because the chemicals have seeped into the carpet and the walls.
Whatever happened to my meth pipe?
They got to take all the drywall off because of the meth chemicals. Yeah, meth house. Absolutely.
The meth lab, the missing teeth, and all the scabs.
Yeah, and all the copper out of the walls.
Everywhere you look is a meth pipe.
All right, 4-bedroom.
That's a show.
It's on Postcard Row, and it just hit the market for $6.5 million. Hey, it sold back in 2020 for $5.35 million.
It's not that big a bump.
The new, it's up $1 million plus.
Okay, housing markets in 5 years, especially in California.
Well, no, but San Francisco though is becoming a hellhole.
Yeah, who the hell wants to live there now?
Does it come with homeless people?
There's probably poop and needles all on the sidewalk in front of this house now.
Would you want to buy this house?
No,
I don't want.
I mean, this is
house.
Everybody who visits this town is going to come and look at your house. You know?
Yeah, that would be weird.
Yeah. Drive by it.
I have a story I would like to confirm. I got to go to phones on this, so we'll have to take some phone calls. I read an item yesterday. This is one of these study finds, the press releases, study finds, that 3/4 of Americans are still looking for good service, that they can't find good service.
Well,
do you believe that people can't find good service these days? And I've been to many restaurants where I think the service has been great. This extends to other areas where it's a service-oriented industry or job. But I thought we'd go to phones and ask you, our MJ Morning Show listeners, do you find good service, and where do you find good service? Or have you been shocked at the lack of good service to the point where the service just sucks? Just terrible service.
I mean, is this restaurant exclusive?
No, it's not. That's what I said. It's extended to like the entire service industry. Anywhere where you would expect to have some type of service. Do you agree with some of the stats that many people are saying that they're getting 1-star service? They can't give 5 stars. They can't give 4 stars. They can't even give 3 or 2 stars. People are saying in droves that everything's like 1-star service these days. So the question is, you, the MJ Morning Show listener, do you agree or disagree? Fire up the phone. Let's go. 800-990-1047. Grab a couple of calls here. Just want to see what our listeners think. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Do you agree or disagree that there's no good service anywhere? If you'd like to dispute this and let us know where you have good service, or maybe you want to mention, where you have had lousy service or no service at all. I don't want to turn this into a bitch fest. I'm just trying to confirm whether this is true, that the overwhelming majority of people think that service is just awful and non-existent these days.
I got a story for you. So I went to, this is however many months ago, went to get a mammogram, and I'm standing in line to give my paperwork, insurance, etc. And, it's kind of like a nerve-wracking situation. You don't want to get your boobs mashed like pancakes. You don't want to know if there's anything lurking in there. It's just you're kind of stressed out, right?
Yep.
So just to ease my own angst, I don't remember exactly what I said, but I kind of made like a self-deprecating joke or something to the woman who was taking my paperwork. And I kid you not, she didn't even look at me. She didn't smile at me.
What was the self-deprecating joke?
I don't know.
Come on.
I mean, it wasn't that funny, but it was obviously just a.
Was it hey, can you even find my boobs?
No, it wasn't about. Oh, I know what it was. I know what it was. Okay, this is stupid, but whatever. I was just like my mammogram. Paper prescription that I had with me.
Uh-huh.
It looked like I ran over it with my truck. It was with my car. It was just almost obliterated. And so when I handed it to her, I was like, "Oh, you probably never saw one in that bad a shape, huh?" And I just made some comment like that. She didn't even look at me, didn't smile, didn't and that's fine. It wasn't that funny. I didn't want her to go, "Ha, you're hysterical." I just was trying to engage with her.
Yeah, lighten the mood.
Yes, lighten the mood. Thank you.
You should have gone mammogram for Mungo. Mammogram for Mungo. Little Blazing Saddles reference.
I don't know. I haven't seen that movie either.
You've never seen Blazing Saddles?
No, but the words you're saying sound funny. And
well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Sort of what we try to do.
That's actually going to be on his tombstone.
The words I say were funny.
So she didn't even there was no humanity there. Then I went and had my mammogram, and the woman who gave it to me was awesome. So they give you a customer service thing to give feedback. And I said to myself, I'm never going to say anything bad about this reception person, because the big companies, they don't care. They want the service to be bad, so then robots can take over and you don't even miss the humans.
All right.
It's true.
All right, let me go to phones. Every line is jammed up here. The overwhelming number of people in this survey that I saw say that service is dead. They can't get good service anywhere. Agree or disagree? Forrest is up first. Run, Forrest, run.
Hey, Forrest.
Call, Forrest, call. Forrest in Winter Haven. Hey, Forrest, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, appreciate it. Thank you.
Got a question for you. Do you think life is like a box of chocolate?
Hang up now,
I
Forrest.
was running.
Every day I hear a joke from Forrest Gump. So
I got one for you. Hey, can you see yourself through the trees?
All right.
Yeah, that one too.
It's the worst one. It's the worst one.
So,
Roxanne makes
Forrest,
the worst
Forrest, we apologize. All right, go ahead, Forrest.
No, it's fine. It's all good. I was just going to say I've definitely noticed a drop-off, and it seems to me, and maybe, I'm full of these crazy theories. I don't know. It seems to me something happened after COVID, that before COVID, I don't know, the service seemed like it was there, like it was what we were used to. And then I don't know if people got out of the habit of it, or if the people actually working in the service industry kind of had a shakeup. But it seemed like afterward, things started to go downhill a little bit. Maybe that's just me, but it seems like there's kind of a BC, PC, before COVID, post-COVID. service.
You know,
Yeah,
Forrest,
that's a great-
I think that's a very intelligent comment, and I think it's a great observation. COVID absolutely changed us, and it's certainly screwed with the younger generation, Gen Z. You know, like, for instance, Chloe. I got to call Chloe in a minute regarding the security at the LSAT, which is unbelievable. But I know that, like, Chloe didn't have a graduation. She was class of 2020. Didn't that? Listen, Forrest, I think that's a great observation. Thank you, buddy.
We thought Jenny had COVID, but she had AIDS.
Wasn't COVID. Jenny had AIDS. It's true.
That was a plot line.
It's true. Jenny had AIDS.
All right.
I miss my Jenny.
Chris and Sefner. Hello, Chris.
I told her to wear a mask.
How's it going?
Hey, Chris. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Hi there. I think overall there's been a overall decline in customer service, but like the guy said, there's just a overall what's it called? I can't think. I'm sorry.
Yeah, neither can we.
This guy's actually like Forrest.
Literal Forrest calls in.
So, a drop off in customer service?
Just like an overall decline in the country. I don't know. Everybody doesn't feel as happy as they
So
did.
you think people just don't care? You think there's a lethargy, or there's just a lackadaisical, like just a don't give an F attitude? Is that it?
Yeah, it's like a demoralized country kind of thing.
Okay, I can see that. And then, don't forget about practice makes perfect, and everybody forgot how to smile when they were wearing their masks, took those off, and oof.
All right, another Chris. Hi, Chris. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Chris, too. Go ahead.
So it's definitely declined. But my thing is, you go to restaurants. Most of the restaurants I've been to lately have put the tip in already in your bill, so they don't have to give you the service.
Yeah, that sucks. I hate that. Yeah.
You had good service, you got a good tip. Bad service, you got a bad tip.
Well, it's the expectation also. Yeah, the expectation that, you're going to tip. And then, of course, we all know, we've talked about this 1,000 times on the show, the whole tipping culture out of control, that places where you never tipped, you go to pick up some fast food and they flip around the tip screen all of a sudden. And it's like the whole...
I had a restaurant actually call the cops on me because I refused to pay the bill with the tip in it because the service was that bad.
Whoa. You had a restaurant call the police because you wouldn't pay the built-in tip?
Yep, 100%. The joke was on them, though, because I worked in the emergency department and I knew all the cops that showed up.
You fooled them.
I told them I'd pay my bill, but you're taking the tip out. And they called the cops and told them I refused to pay the bill.
Oh, my God. When did this happen?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Holy, where was this?
Fort Myers.
In Fort Myers.
We had a Japanese restaurant in Fort Myers.
And they called the police because that's not theft of service. You paid for all the food, and they
that's what I said.
They tried to hit you up on like a theft of service because that's what the call would be. And of course, it's not.
They said I was refusing to pay the bill. They blocked the door and wouldn't let me leave.
Hold on, that's false imprisonment. They're actually they're in trouble.
I know.
Did you press charges against them?
No, I didn't. I could have.
Oh, you no live here, Chris. You pay bill, you pay tip right now. You no live. You call police. You be here.
Chris is back again.
Let me get my brother
hold
here.
on. No, that's like Japanese samurai guy. He's at a Chinese restaurant.
I could be here.
He said Japanese restaurant.
Japanese.
It was Japanese. Oh, okay. All right.
My samurai wielding brother.
Froggy is right. I'm sorry. All right, Chris, thanks for the call.
You not come here no more.
All right. Robin next on the MJ Morning Show. Hi, Robin.
Hey, good morning. I was calling because I do agree. Customer service is awful everywhere. And even if you do get a customer service representative, you can't understand them, okay, because they're all outsourced. But I called to say not to promote my own business, but yay, I have a business, and it's a personal service.
Hold on, your phone dropped. What kind of business do you have?
It's growing by leaps and bounds.
Okay.
It's incredible because people want personal service. That's why I'm growing. They're crying for it, especially people in my age range, which is 50-ish to 60-something-ish.
Yep.
Okay, right in that area. They want it. They love it. They need it. And like I said, that's what I wanted to chime in on. Thanks for letting
Thank you. Absolutely, Robin.
So they love it, huh, Robin?
Have a great weekend. Gabby in Seminole. Gabby, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
How are you guys?
We're fine. So anyone that's tuning in now, I had a survey, and most people, like 75%, say that service is dead and they can't get good service anywhere. And I thought I'd put it to the listener. Gabby, you're up. Go ahead.
Hi. So I was a server and bartender for years. I don't know exactly if service is dead, but I will note that I worked with lots of young people right out of high school, and around COVID, working with those young people was exhausting. They didn't care. They get upset when they get crap service and got a crap tip, and it just never made sense to me. I don't know. It was like the social aspect was not there with them. I don't know. Like no work ethic. It was insane.
Well, that's what people are saying in this survey. Thank you. Let me grab Richard in Clearwater. Richard, MJ Morning Show. Service, is it dead or alive?
It's dead. MJ, I've been in the restaurant business basically all my life. I started at Pizza Hut, and I'm 62 years old, and I've trained people all along the way. And I believe the problem is in training. I believe they just put people in a job and they don't train them. And you know, you got to care when you wait on people.
You know what? Part of the problem, I'll tell you, and you just jarred my memory, because someone had said post-COVID, you had so many people quitting jobs and you had so many job openings. Remember, people walked away from jobs and places couldn't find staff? Remember, you had like McDonald's and Popeyes that were putting signs on the window saying $500 signing bonus if you take a job here.
Exactly. And, you know, I mean, you go get a to-go order, and these people, especially the young kids, they just, you know, put it in the bag, and they expect you to tip them.
Yeah, that's insane. Richard, good call. Thank you, buddy. Let me grab Susan in Lakewood. Susan, hi. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hi. I would have to say that the service industry is on its last legs as far as service. I'd say there's a couple exceptions, being Chick-fil-A and Publix, but I would say in restaurants, they want to give you 1-star service for a 5-star price.
Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Hey, Andrew, let me just finish with the last 4 callers, then I got to move on. All right, phones have exploded. Whenever I dump a line, it fills back up. So I'm just going to end it. I got maybe 4 more calls quickly here. Travis in Hudson. Travis, MJ Morning Show, you're up. Hi.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Yeah, I kind of going to piggytail a little bit on what Dave said just now, but I think it's the younger generation, too, I've noticed. And I'm not that much older. I'm only 37, but I've noticed that the younger kids, they're on autopilot. And, you know, I when I go to places, I talk to the people, I socialize, I try to make people laugh, and it's just like zombies, man. They're on autopilot. And I think they're afraid to talk on phones, too. You guys talked about that on the radio once.
Yeah, it's a whole texting generation. They want to text everything, and like interpersonal verbal communications have, gone, virtually extinct with some of these kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to like scare them when I talk and I make jokes, and it's just like they don't know what to do. They don't know how to handle it.
Yeah. Travis, thanks for the call. Have a great weekend, buddy.
Yeah, if it's not a meme, it's like you can't understand it.
Jeff in Sarasota. Jeff, MJ Morning Show, you're up.
MJ, I'm a follower since got KLOS and my time in West Hollywood. I just want to say I moved here 25 years ago from West Hollywood, Santa Monica.
Okay.
And that is the only thing I have a problem with this state. And I've been saying it since I've got here. You grow up in Beverly Hills and LA, you know what service is. It's just different. You come here, you go over to the dessert room upstairs, and even Burns doesn't give you the quality it gave 10 years ago.
I'll dispute that a bit. I mean, I've been at Burns twice in the last couple of months, and I thought service was spectacular downstairs, and I thought our dessert room experience was great upstairs as well. So maybe you had some isolated issue, but I can speak twice in the last couple of months I was there, and it was great up and down.
It just seems that's just one example, but I'm seeing a lot of service issues here in Florida in the last 20. It wasn't that bad when I moved here, but it is now.
All right. Hey, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. Let me grab 2 more. Ed in Largo. Ed, MJ Morning Show, you're up.
Hello, good morning.
I love your show.
Thank you, Ed.
I just want to have a pitch about my experiences with trying to deal with medical companies and offices, and everybody either puts you on hold for 30 minutes or tell you they're going to call you back and right away, and they never call you back.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Ed.
Well, I'm just saying it, and it's other businesses. I'm not just picking on medical field, but places I call to try to get something done or want somebody to call me back, tell me something. They never call back.
Yeah, don't you love it, though? You're on hold, you're waiting and waiting, you're 12, 15, 18 minutes on hold, and then they pick up the phone and then it disconnects. Have you had that happen to you?
Oh, lots of times.
Yeah, that's the worst.
30 minutes waiting for somebody to come back, and then they say, "Oh, it's our lunch time now." Thank you. Click.
Oh, God. Ed, thanks for the call. All right, last one. Let's go to Brandon and Anthony in Brandon. Hello, Anthony. MJ Morning Show. Final say. A survey says that people think that service is totally dead. Agree or disagree?
100%, and I love going last because I get to tell everybody the reason why this is happening. Former executive chef, former front of house manager for almost 2 decades, so I know how it's supposed to be. And obviously the primary places we're talking about this happening is your bars and restaurants, correct?
Yep.
Here's why it's happening. Number one, the guilt tipping is out of control. We talk about that ad nauseum. We don't need to cover that again.
Yep.
But what I've noticed, and by the way, my friends and family won't go out to eat with me anymore.
I like turtles.
What I've noticed is that people leave a tip no matter how bad the service is.
I like turtles.
Whatever whatever happened to stiff them? No, I'm not mean. If you don't send a message, this will continue. So, MJ, you've got the reach. I propose we start an anti-guilt tipping revolution, and if you get bad service, for God's sake, send a message and stiff them. If we all get on board with this, maybe we can turn this thing around.
We could call it "Show Them Your Stiffy."
Something.
I like turtles.
When I go out, hey, we start at 15%, and it can go up and down from there. But if I get outstanding service, I'll leave an obscene tip too.
What was the story? We hold on, man. Wait a sec. We had a story recently where there was some place that was on the screen. It was like super tip, and it had like 35 and 40%. Some local place now has a screen, and it has like 18, 20, 22, 25, and then it has super tip. Leave 35 or 40% tip. That's another local thing.
I'm not a bit surprised. Now, I did leave a 50% tip a couple of weeks ago, but I'm telling you, when I get service that I expect, because I know how it's supposed to be, I compliment the server, and I will leave it. I left her 50%. That's 50. But if you suck, we can go down to 0, and you're going to get a note, and I'm going to tell you why.
Anthony, anything else you want to say before you go?
Of course, there's one more thing I want to say. I like turtles.
Thank you. Goodbye. See you later.
How do you catch him?
that was good ear.
I know his voice. That's why I was playing.
I like turtles.
It's the I Like Turtles guy. He's been calling us for 20 years. Since that kid was on TV back in 2005 saying,
I like turtles.
Yeah, that was that was the first meme ever, I think, on the internet. The I Love Turtles guy. What was it? It was First Watch? Andrew says it was First Watch. Has like a super 35% or 40% tip button.
That's a good
Come on. I like First Watch.
Yeah.
I haven't been in a while, but we used to go to the First Watch on Henderson, right next to where Fresh Market is.
Oh, you should make an appearance there sometime.
Speaking of appearances, thanks for bringing that up.
No problem.
Folks, I would love to meet you tomorrow. I'm making a rare MJ appearance tomorrow. I will be at the Cake Girls.
How can we ruin this? I'm tired of it.
It's not an appearance.
Stop pushing.
Pushing his buttons.
He's pushing all my sound effects buttons. All right, listen, quickly. I'm going to be at the Cake Girls 5th anniversary store celebration. The Cake Girls celebrating 5 years. I'll be at Northdale Mabry, the Cake Girl store at 14851 Northdale Mabry. She's giving away over $5,000 worth of gift cards, cupcakes, cakes, ice cream tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Cake Girl's a sponsor here on the MJ Morning Show and on Q105, and I'm going to show up. I'll be there at noon. I'll be there like for an hour or so from maybe noon to 1-ish. So I'd love to meet you. Come on out. Say hi. MJ in the flesh. I'll be there, and I'd love to meet
MJ in the
listeners.
flesh.
In the flesh.
Yep.
In the buff?
Yep. No, I won't be in the buff. I might wear my weighted vest, though. So I'll see you at the Cake Girl tomorrow. And I got to get Chloe on the phone. You're not going to believe this.
What?
I had no idea. She took the LSAT, I think, back in April, and then she just took the LSAT again yesterday at, one of those local testing centers. And I'm going to call Chloe because we're at dinner last night. Julian flew in, and we went to dinner. And I'm like, what the?
Hello.
Hey, sweetie.
Hi.
Hey, are you on speakerphone or regular?
Speaker.
Yeah. Pick up the regular phone. Turn the speaker
Okay.
off. You know better. You're my
Okay.
daughter. Take the freaking speaker off.
Okay.
Hello?
Is this better?
No, you didn't change a thing.
Oh. Yes, I did.
Whatever. All right. So when did you take the LSAT last? Was it April?
Yes.
All right. And then you just took the LSAT again yesterday. This is the law school entrance exam. And, Chloe's been just studying nonstop for this thing. And we're at dinner last night, and Chloe is telling us about the security procedures. You're at a private testing center where, they give the LSAT. They probably do real estate exams. They do the MCAT for medical school. They do all these tests. It's like a professional testing center. And you've got to hear this. This is like worse than the airport. This is worse than like TSA. All right, Chloe, you got to go down the list that you told us at dinner last night. I'm like, what? Every one of them going, what? All right, give the list of what the security, go through the beginning. When you go in, what do they do?
First of all, I go in, and when you show ID, they're like, all right, everything has to go in a locker. They give you a key to a locker. You lock everything up except any snacks that you want. That's the only thing that you can have out, snacks or water. Water has to be in a clear bottle. You cannot bring any other type of water bottle. It just has to be totally clear.
So you can't have a Stanley Cup, right?
No Stanley Cups. Has to be totally clear, see-through. You have to show them the inside of your cap every time you enter and exit the testing room.
You have to show them the inside of the cap. The cap that you screw on your Zephyr Hills water bottle. They have to look underneath the cap.
Yes, and so then, honestly, I felt...
Oh, well, hold on. You forgot about the label. So if you bring in, Zephyr Hills water bottles, talk about the label.
Yeah, you have to take the label off.
Yep.
Totally take the label off.
I've got secret information written inside the babbling brook on the label.
Now, Chloe, do you wear glasses?
No, I don't, but that's another thing that they...
How did you know this?
I went there for another kind of testing, medical testing. And no, I understand a couple of these security procedures.
Talk about the glasses.
If you wear glasses, you have to take them off, and you have to put them on the table so they can inspect them, and you have to spin them around the table so you can see every dimension.
Those Google Smart glasses or something? Yeah, they don't want you, or have glasses that can relay audio.
Do they think that you're going to have like on the inside some reflective coating that's going to have all kinds of cheater notes on your glasses? All right. What else do they make you do? Do they wand you like?
As a matter of fact, they do.
They have the Garrett Security Airport wand.
Yes. A guy has to, they have this special security guy, and he makes you stand on an X, and then first he makes you, what does he do first? I was wearing a hoodie, okay, so I was wearing a hoodie and sweatpants, so that involves a little bit more. So I had to roll up my hoodie sleeves so he could see. I was wearing a hair tie, a simple elastic hair tie on my wrist. He made me spin it around my wrist so that he could see that nothing was under there. And then he made me roll up my sweatpant legs to see if I had anything hiding under there. And then I had to put my hands in my hoodie pockets to see if anything was in there. Then I had to turn around, and he made me flip my hoodie hood inside out and then shake it to see if anything was there.
All right, so essentially what you're saying is the security to take the LSAT law school entrance exam, this is far worse than going to TSA at the airport where they're trying to screen against hijackers or people with bombs trying to blow up a plane in midair.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the other thing was earrings. Like,
Earrings? What about earrings?
I was wearing simple studs, so I didn't have to, remove them. But so many women were in there with, like, hoops or any dangly earrings, and they made them remove those.
What, are you going to write little tiny letters all around the hoop? What? Yeah. Oh, you forgot. Did you have you had a little, like, elastic band on your wrist?
She said that. The hair tie.
Oh, you did? Oh, the hair. Yeah. This is
crazy.
Insane.
Now, Chloe, when you took the test and you're sitting in your little like desk cubicle area, were you on camera?
Yes, they have, the typical looking security cameras above every single cubicle.
Oh my God, this is unbelievable.
Then somebody watches all the cameras to make sure you don't, pull out another piece of paper or something.
That's crazy. I thought I'd just expose the audience to this amazing security to take a test. Anyway, hopefully you did well, and this will be the last time you have to take the LSAT. All right?
Hope so, too.
All right, sweetie. I'll see you in a bit.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Oh, hey, Chloe.
Yes.
Are you leaving to see Chet?
Yes.
Where's Chet?
Chet's now in Central Florida because he started his new job.
Oh!
Yeah, so Chloe, she's taking the train.
That's cool. That's the trip. Yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah, she's taking the train to Orlando.
He lives in Orlando?
Yeah.
Oh, have fun with that.
All right, Chloe, I'll see you in a bit.
All righty, bye.
I got to take her to the Amtrak station in the middle of freaking rush hour later today.
It's all right. It's just downtown.
I'd rather live in West Virginia.
Yeah. What time is it? 8:48 at the MJ Morning Show. I don't know what it is with people sticking stuff in their rear end lately, but
I can't get enough.
It's the year of the keister.
What do you got?
It's the year of the keister.
It seems like it.
They need to add that to the Chinese menu. You know, they have the year of the dragon, year of the monkey.
Year of the keister.
Year of the keister. Oh, my. So this guy has pleaded guilty. This is a follow-up. This is an update. So this keistering story was originally from February. Do you remember the guy in the kilt in an antique mall that was jamming things up his butt and then putting them back on the shelf?
Yeah. He wasn't stealing it.
Yeah.
He was just tainting it.
Kilt's the way to do it.
He was just putting his butt on like items, and then what kind of a thrill do you get out of doing this?
Oh, a big one.
Yeah. Well, here's the update. Yeah, the story was originally from back in February. This dude, 6'6", 250 pounds, wearing a kilt.
Guy kind of stands out.
In Texas. He pleaded guilty this week to taking merchandise from antique stores, shoving the items up his butt, and then putting them back on the shelf. Mitchell Vest, 60 years old. Yeah, he pleaded guilty to criminal mischief in connection with these vile incidents earlier this year.
Only to the antiques.
This happened at shops in Spring, Texas, which is outside of Houston.
Have you gone to an antique mall lately, MJ?
Yeah, we have. We were at a couple of antique malls in Frisco, in Colorado, coming back down mountain from Vail over Christmas. We stopped in Frisco, and there are a bunch of little antique kind of mall places. Yeah,
a lot of these places have like individual booths for individual people trying to sell their wares, and a lot of them have cameras.
We stopped in Idaho Springs as well.
Oh, did you?
Yep, another antique store and mall there as well. Yes, we did.
You know, Mr. What's his face? Mr. Vest?
Yeah, Mitchell Vest.
He'll put it on his list for places to visit.
So as part of the plea deal, Vest was sentenced in Harris County Criminal Court to 12 months probation. Yeah, it was his first time getting caught. I'm guessing this is not the first time he ass-rubbed antiques and put them back on the shelf.
Oh, gross.
You don't want to be in jail for Being good at keystring things.
What are you in jail for? Oh, I took an antique candelabra and shoved it up my.
Oh,
We got a job for you.
Really?
that's a Scooby-Doo mystery. Where did the candelabra go?
Yes.
Got myself a new girlfriend.
It's floating with the headless scepter.
Up your butt.
Yeah. Oh my God. If this dude, if he successfully completes the probation, the misdemeanor butt incidents could be wiped. Get it?
Uh-huh.
Wiped from his record.
Nice.
They should have arrested him for
Oh, my.
assault.
Assault on antiques. I mean, what's wrong with this guy? This guy visited one store and placed a makeup brush and a restoration hardware piece in his butt. The police report says anus, before putting him back on the shelf for display. The owner of a second business, the Curiosity Shop,
You bet he's curious.
told the police that he took an antique bottle opener and a tobacco tent can, placed them in his butt, under his green kilt, and then put him back on the shelf. In both instances, the soiled merchandise valued at a combined $204 had to be thrown away due to...
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not petty theft. It's like poopy theft.
Yes, well, apparently he left remnants of that on the items when he put them back on the shelf.
Gross.
That's what it says in the police report. That's what the second store victim said.
He's the kilted keister.
Since his arrest, he's been free on a $100 bond. And apparently Vest and his wife own a $600,000 house in the Woodlands, which is also a suburb of Houston.
Just don't touch anything.
What the hell? Unbelievable. All right. 8:53 at the MJ Morning Show. Holy, what is wrong with people? And what's going on with all these up the butt stories lately?
People are realizing they got a great hiding place.
All right, 8:53 at the MJ Morning Show. Unbelievable. Hey, let's talk about International Diamond Center here. We have an hour to go, folks. 104.7 FM. That's right. Q105 is 104.7 FM. All right, 904. I'm going to hold up my arm. You could see it earlier this week, but it's really prevalent now. Hang on. It's in a weird position to kind of get it on MJTV.
Spider bite?
No, it's, hang on a minute. Jeez,
muscle?
I'm trying to.
Oh, the burn.
Yeah, it's the burn. You see this thing? Where is it? Right there. See this?
Ooh,
you
ouch.
See it? Look at that. I'm holding it up on MJTV. Now, I got a total, hefty second-degree plus burn when I was cooking my bolognese last weekend, just as I was reaching in to stir the tomato sauce, which then goes into the bolognese base, just I was reaching in to stir, a giant glop boiled up like lava and spewed and stuck to my arm. And man, I was like, seriously, you ought to see, it looks like I have a cigarette burn.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the typical chef burn place, because when you reach into the oven, when you reach inside, you might hit the side of it, but you got yours from a splatter.
I mean, you ought to look at my arm. It's like I've got cigarette burns.
Yeah.
I'm looking for needle tracks and other slash marks on here. I mean, it's almost like I fell asleep in a drug den and I woke up with cigarette burns on my arm. Now,
or someone's torturing
it's
you.
Like someone's going to look at my arm and go like, oh my God, what are you doing to yourself? It was amazing. The timing, I was just reaching in to stir the sauce and it just boiled up, and just a big glop of 212 degrees or hotter, probably hotter. Just like my arm is burned. I think it could become infected, get gangrene. It could fall off. Luckily, I'm a righty. It's on my left arm.
Oh, you don't need that one.
But, MJTV, if you want to take a look at this thing, I'm holding it up right now. I mean, look at this thing.
Ouch.
Look at this burn. You see it?
Yeah, I see it. It's very wealthy.
Crazy. Yeah. All right. Fester, you witnessed an eye roll?
Yeah.
What was I supposed to do?
I don't think there was any problem with what you did, but she gave you
the hell?
A full head eye roll.
And you know what? I think they're clients of the gym. So drove me in yesterday and then dropped me off at gym. I work out every Monday and Thursday over at X-Force Body in Tampa on Kennedy. Love it. It's got me into great shape. And Fester drops me off, and there were two women speaking outside. I mean, right in front of the front door.
Right in front of the door.
I mean,
It's not a big front area.
If you could pick, it's right down from Metro Diner and La Segunda on Kennedy in South Tampa. And if you could pick the worst place for two women to have an elongated conversation, it would be exactly where they were standing.
I mean,
right in front of the front door.
A foot or two over either direction, it would have been much better.
All right. So Fester dumps me off, and I didn't recognize this. But you're saying when I got out of your car and I walked in, I didn't have any contact. I just walked in, right?
The two ladies are about, a couple of feet apart. And MJ's trying to get in and doesn't really say anything to him. I didn't see his mouth move or anything, but they didn't take any step to kind of move themselves to let him pass.
Hey, are we standing in front of the door? Hey.
So MJ kind of turns himself sideways and steps through them. Right? Because it's the only way to get to the door.
Rude.
And the one facing me gives me this whole eye roll all the way around her head like a loose marble. And I'm like, she just eye rolled MJ.
I got the side eye roll.
All of it. She gave you the look of just disgust and disdain.
God.
And
I've never seen those women at the gym. I've never seen them there.
Well, you see somebody rolling their eyes at
unless
you.
Maybe they were eating breakfast at La Segunda and they just had they were just wearing workout clothes for La Segunda breakfast, or maybe it was Metro Diner. Maybe they're having some meatloaf at Metro in workout gear, and they were just standing in front of X-Force Body's door. So Fester told me this morning, man, you should have seen the eye roll those women gave you. I did nothing provocative. I mean, did I provoke them in any way?
I will say, instead of saying, pardon me, ma'am, or anything like that, or excuse me or anything, you did just kind of wait a nanosecond for them to make a move and then you turn
Yeah,
sideways
I just gotta
and did the sidestep through them.
I mean, but you
Oh,
can.
yeah, what else are you gonna do?
You can clearly see that. I mean, they didn't move out of the way
At all.
At all. And I'm just like, all right, I got to get in. It's my workout
You
time.
could have just ran him over.
No, I wasn't.
right?
I wasn't gonna do that.
But I'm saying, like, you did the nice thing.
You got a whole head eye roll.
Hey, who likes Scott Disick?
Was he?
Nobody.
Yeah,
Nobody.
nobody does.
I
The
know.
Kardashians don't. They chewed him up and spit him out,
Don't
didn't they?
they hate that guy? So Scott Disick, what is his claim to fame?
He was Courtney's
Husband.
Was he husband, baby daddy?
Yes.
I mean, they
Both.
had like 3 kids together, right?
Is that so? Scott Disick, who was part of the Keeping Up with the Kardashians or whichever one he was on, I don't know. I never watched that garbage. But Scott Disick, and I know who he is. Who, if you look up like his bio, it says he's a media personality / socialite.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then didn't he parlay his Kardashian crap into some house flipping show on one of the cable channels as well? How many house flipping shows are out there? Your friends, your house,
Yeah,
are they still doing it?
Zombie. Oh yes, the zombie house flippers.
How they doing?
Oh, Dolmar, he's doing great. He's all over.
I wonder if he's ever had a run-in with Scott Disick.
It's a good question.
All right, the reason why I'm bringing up Scott Disick is he's had dramatic weight loss.
He never was an overweight guy. I always remember him as sort of like a thin-faced.
Let me read the story. The Kardashians' Scott Disick reveals he was eating a whole box of Hawaiian rolls every night.
Those are good, especially if you cut out the middle and you put spinach dip in them.
Wait a
yum.
sec. You have a box of Hawaii. What do you have? The Hawaiian roll truck drop off like the whole plastic pallet every day? What? How do you have a whole box of? Are these like the King's Hawaiian rolls?
Yeah.
Is that-
Oh,
King's-
man.
There's
that's
one
good.
brand,
Yeah.
King's Hawaiian.
Kings.
Yeah, Kings
in,
of
the, in
those-
orange bags.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while since Are they sweet? It's been
Yes, they're sweet.
It's been a long time since I've had a King's Hawaiian roll.
It's
but
a sweeter bread. It's a good roll.
I know they're good.
Yeah, get a big one.
You know,
Cut out the middle, fill it with spinach dip, and then take the middle part that you cut out and chop it up and dip the bread in there. It's so yummy.
I'm kind of partial to a good Martin's potato roll. You know, Michelle, she'll make some egg salad and she'll get the little slider buns.
I've never had those.
Which the Martin's?
No, what?
Hold
no.
on. You've never had a Martin's potato roll?
No, I'm not a big potato roll person.
Hold on. What do you just come out of a coma?
Yes, I did.
What you going?
Who are you?
Hold on. You've never had a Martin's potato roll?
I mean, maybe I've
What
had one at
the-
a restaurant and didn't know it, but I've never purchased one in the grocery store.
I'm shocked at this information.
Ugh.
Wow.
I've never gravitated towards potato bread. No. Tell me more.
I don't know what to think about this. So I'm partial to those. So I haven't had a King's Hawaiian roll in a long time. But apparently Scott Disick, that was one of the reasons why he packed on the pounds. He's eating a whole bag of these things, a whole box every single night. Do they come in a tray?
So they come in a little plastic bag with a little cardboard box that has like
Right, so it's got
12 in there.
So it's got a cardboard tray, right? And then the tray is slipped into the orange bag.
And that's like a slider size roll.
Yeah, they kind of look like a White Castle or a Crystal Burger slider bun.
They also make regular buns, which is
Okay.
their newest product. And what Roxanne was talking about is about the size of like a Frisbee or something, where you could put a dip in and bring it to a partay.
He would also drink 20 ginger ales a day.
Ooh,
That adds
what?
up.
Oh my
Straight
God.
sugar, but his tummy probably felt good. That's what you drink to settle your tummy.
Jeez.
Bread and ginger ale. He was at peace with everything.
You know, we mentioned this a long time ago, and we had some restaurant chatter earlier today, and I didn't get to it, but I wanted to mention this. We talked about this months and you know what? I think it was last year. It might be a year ago. Do you remember we did a whole segment here on the MJ Morning Show about restaurants were ditching those QR codes at the table and the menus and everything?
Thank goodness.
Yeah, I hate them. And a lot of times it's, oh, we're going green. I mean, just shut up and get some laminated menus that are going to last for months anyway. You know, and so the latest, though, and we knew this, we've been talking about this, that people, customers, patrons at these restaurants, they don't want the QR codes. They don't want it to whip out their phone and scan the QR code. People don't want it. I don't need it. Well, guess what? New story that I saw, which just, reaffirms what we told you months and months and months ago. Restaurants are ditching the QR codes and bringing back just good old-fashioned paper menus after customers said, I don't want it. They don't want the damn QR codes anymore.
All right.
So it's becoming more prevalent is what I'm saying.
Thank you.
That's all.
Okay, I'm about to say, okay. Yeah, I see
that's it.
less and less of them at restaurants that I've seen them at before.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you a question. Speaking of restaurants, what at IHOP would make one hell of a weapon if you want to clunk somebody over the head?
A boysenberry syrup jar bottle.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Think about it. Those syrup bottles, you've got the handle.
Right.
Then you've got that like kind of beefy, large butted base,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And man, that's a weapon.
Especially if it's full.
Now, guess what? Woman attacks teen at a North Miami Beach IHOP, bashing the person over the head with a syrup bottle. Now, I don't know whether it's the boysenberry or whether it's the normal maple flavored.
What's the other one? The Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity? Oh, no, that's
a
pancake.
pancake.
That's a whole breakfast thing, the
so-
Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity.
I think there's the regular maple, there's a strawberry, there's boysenberry, and I think there's like also a butter pecan.
Oh, okay, that's right.
I remember when I was a kid, IHOP, they seemed to have like 8 different ones. I think they've scaled.
Yes.
There was like a carousel or something.
I remember that.
There was like a giant. Yeah, Andrew.
Do they even still have the boysenberry?
I don't know. It's a good question. But IHOP, I just
It got
remember.
canceled. It should be Girls and Berries.
It's just it's called them berries now. You want some of them berries?
No, they and berries. Them and they? Is that it?
That's it.
Them and they and berry. Yeah, but I remember when I was a kid, there was, I think, like a circular metal rack carousel, and I think it had like 8 different IHOP syrups on it, and I thought that was the coolest thing.
Yeah, I have the same memory. Do you think it's a true memory, or do you think it's like, when you go back to your preschool when you're a grown person, you're like, wow, this place is a lot smaller than I remember?
I have a flashback memory right now of being like 3 years old.
Okay.
And I'm with my grandpa and grandma, Franny and Al, and I want to say I was in Flushing, New York. Maybe 3 years old, and I remember sitting in a booth at IHOP. They had the booths against the walls and the windows, and then they had that midsection. Remember the huge A-frame roof, and they used to have the booths against the windows on the side, and then in the middle, you had 2 additional rows right down the middle. I remember sitting in the middle of the middle. And sitting there and just spinning that damn syrup rack around and around and around, and then my Todd, knock it off.
How annoying are you?
But here's the deal: 34-year-old woman was arrested this week, attacked a 14-year-old girl inside an IHOP in North Miami Beach. Shortly after 10:15 p.m. at the International House of Pancakes on 163rd Street. I know that there used to be a little carnival down. That's near where the shootout was. The big Miami, the big cocaine cowboy shootout deal.
Yeah, Dadeland Mall.
Yeah, right. That's right down. I think that's off of 163rd is where that was.
Yep.
So great to see this continued violence over there. According to this suspect's arrest report, the victim told police that she and her family were dining inside the restaurant when they were approached by Precious Williams, who accused them of talking badly about her 4 young children. The victim said that she and her family told Williams that they had not said anything bad about her children, but Williams didn't want to hear it, lunged toward the teen, grabbing her hair and screaming at her. According to the report, the teen pulled Williams' hair in an effort to get her to stop attacking her and the victim's family. Police said Williams claimed that one of her children, who ranged in age from 3 to 8, told her that someone at the table called them an N-word. According to the report, Williams told police that she told her child to ignore it, confronted the teen. She claimed the teen suddenly pushed her, at which time she grabbed her by the hair, starting a fight. Police said the entire confrontation was captured on cell phone video. Man, I'm sure this is on Worldwide, or what is it, World Star Hip Hop or whatever it is. See if that's on that website yet. That's just itching to be on there. And another person was struck in the head with a bottle of syrup. My God. But think about those syrup bottles, metal handle.
So they used to be metal. Now they're plastic and
Oh,
spring-loaded.
no, whoa, you're telling me the IHOP syrup bottles don't have metal handles anymore?
And I'm looking at photographs of it. Has boysenberry been replaced with blueberry?
Hold on, they only have 4 syrups in the IHOP caddy?
I've always felt they've had 4.
What a rip.
No.
You see, that's what
No.
I'm thinking, MJ. I think that I have the same memory as you, but I almost think it's one of those things where when you're 4 years old and you see a big carousel of syrups, you think they're like 50, and really they're only 4.
I always recall a basket with
Fester,
4 flavors.
How about you stop thinking? And how about you just start Googling? Why don't you type here?
I typed in vintage IHOP.
No.
Vintage IHOP syrup caddy, and it's this old style basket.
That's not old style. That's the new stuff. All right, listen. Go to give me a fresh Google search box.
Here's your fresh box.
Give me a fresh box. I type in how many syrups.
How many
syrups?
YRUPS
Did IHOP once have?
IHOP once have?
Yes.
That's IHOP.
You're gonna find a Reddit thread with this search.
Yeah, right. Have.
Yes.
First thing, how many do they have?
Yeah. How many
Click.
flavors of syrup? Oh, does IHOP have?
Well,
yeah, that's new.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I think it was. I always thought it was 4.
There's old-fashioned maple, blueberry, butter pecan, and strawberry that normally sat on the tables, but there's a sugar-free and boysenberry by request.
Do you remember like a Lazy Susan type of thing?
That's not what it was.
said that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I said there was like a metal wire rack that used to spin around.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
confused.
IHOP always had a little basket with the 4 flavors. In it.
maybe-
It's always been 4. Strawberry, but boysenberry I think has been replaced by blueberry, which is a gender thing. You're right, Froggy. It's inclusion, and you can get it on request now.
Hey, can I take a moment here to recognize the Coasties?
Who's that, a band or something?
No.
No. What's wrong with you?
Sorry. Lots.
You're a boater and you don't know what the hell the Coasties are? What's the matter with you? You're a phony.
As a boater, have you ever had a run-in with the Coasties?
Oh, yes, of course. I've been boarded numerous times.
Yeah, the Coast Guard. And I want to thank the United States Coast Guard, Clearwater. You see they rescued like 8 people clinging to a cooler in the Gulf?
That's amazing.
Oh, my God. What a story.
Must have been a Yeti.
You know what? The Coast Guard, they're unsung heroes. They don't get the credit they deserve. Listen to this story. This is 8 people rescued. 8 people floating in the water, clinging to a cooler. They are lucky to be alive. They were on a 28-foot boat. It sank in the Gulf. There was a whole aerial rescue operation which rolled out of Clearwater, right off of, Ulmerton, right out of the airport at PIE. The Coast Guard said the incident happened last weekend about 40 miles off the coast. It's like off of Venice. Rescuers originally received a distress call about the boat taking on water. They activated their radio beacons, like the EPIRBs and everything. Luckily, they had the gear. And a helicopter crew stationed at Coast Guard Air Station Clearwater, they were dispatched. And they did a water rescue. They did a flyby, and they saw the boaters, at least one child, huddled around a cooler. This is insane. The helicopter crew, they hoisted every single person out of the water onto the chopper, brought them over to Venice Municipal Airport. They were checked out for injuries. None of the boaters apparently had any severe injuries or really any injuries at all or needed any serious medical attention.
Wow.
Wow.
But here we go. U.S. Coast Guard, unsung heroes.
Was Froggy mocking my wow?
Was Froggy mocking my wow?
Is this the repeat game all of a sudden?
It's Friday, man. I'm a little fun.
Yeah.
A little punchy. All right.
Anyway, the boaters in distress carried close to every piece of life-saving equipment we encourage the public to carry on board their vessel. According to a spokesperson, Coast Guard Petty Officer 3rd Class Santiago Gomez. Life jackets, an EPIRB, a PLB, visual signaling devices, marine-grade radio with VHS FM channel 16 to improve our Coast Guard crew's abilities to locate the mariners in distress. I mean, they had everything. And, I mean, imagine that. You're clinging to a cooler way out in the Gulf. And the U.S. Coast Guard from Clearwater right here comes to the rescue.
No word on the cooler brand?
Yep. It was a Yeti.
Yeah.
No,
It could be every cooler floats,
I have
right,
no
Froggy?
idea. Except for Ledco's.
The Ledco's
The Ledco coolers. No,
once they get open.
They're lead lined. They sink. 9:24 at the MJ Morning Show. Final chunk of the MJ Morning Show is next. Oh, Instagram is ticking people off. Yeah, Instagram. I have not seen this yet, but maybe we'll take a call or two in the final segment. I haven't seen this yet, but apparently it's happening. I don't know if it's getting rolled out and some people are seeing this, but Instagram is launching something that is pissing people off. Also, Costco news. Costco is discontinuing something, and folks are like, what, huh? Yeah, you got to hear this. I got a lot I'm looking at the pile. All right, we've got a long lightning round. Final chunk of the MJ Morning Show is coming up next. Listen carefully. If your home is in... Little weekend holiday. Now listen, anytime I get 2 days off in a row, hey, it's a holiday to me. 9:32, MJ Morning Show, and the final minutes of the show here on a Friday. Instagram is ticking people off. I don't know, has anyone, I'm on my Instagram right now. I have not seen this. But you know what? I haven't doom scrolled in the last couple of days.
What is it? You haven't seen what?
I'm going to reveal the whole thing in a minute. Let me go to my Instagram. Man, I'm almost there. I'm almost at 17,000. I'm sitting at 16,900 and change. Folks, if you don't follow me on Instagram and you're on Instagram, give me a follow. Help me get to 17,000 followers today. Certified MJ Radio. Go to Certified MJ Radio and give me a follow and help me get past 16,900. So I'm scrolling. Hang on, I'm scrolling, and you know what? I'm not seeing it yet.
What's happening?
My scroll is going.
Oh, no.
Hold on a minute. Hang on a minute. Let me see if it's stopping. Yeah, mine appears to be. All right, here's the deal. I was just checking to see if I was going to have the issue. Apparently, there's a big backlash, and people are talking about, I'm deleting my Instagram. I'm getting rid of Instagram. So Instagram has apparently just recently put in stops. So if you're flipping through all these reels and you're doom scrolling,
right,
that it stops and forces you to watch an ad. So it freezes and you have to watch before you can continue on your your doom scroll. Now, I don't know if I'm in the right spot. I just kind of went to my feed and I'm just kind of scrolling.
Just scrolled until you're forced to stop.
Yeah, hang on a minute. Let me go to a video and then do it. All right, now I clicked on a video, and now you just get these random things. The ads pop up, but people are saying that now Instagram has a new feature. Oh, here's the lady that gets hit in the head by the train with her bike helmet on. That one's coming up in my scroll. That must be why I have like 560,000 views on the Spirit Airlines unaccompanied minor kid from a couple of weeks ago. This must be just algorithmed into people's scrolls. Yeah, mine's not stopping. But people are saying that this new feature, it forces you, they're calling them ad breaks. Has anyone had an ad break? It doesn't appear to be happening on my phone right now.
You might really have to be scrolling for a while for it to
No,
trigger.
no,
guess what?
no.
I think I do. Well, no, it's not breaking me, but I just got hypnotized by an ad. Like I was on. I was scrolling.
It stops. If you're scrolling, and it just stops you.
I think I need to buy this.
Jeez, what?
It's just a stamp thing that stamps your kids' names into their clothes. I must have this.
I had those when I went to summer camp when I was 5.
I know, but did it look like this? A cute little shape of an owl or a unicorn?
I don't know. So you're gonna buy some Temu junk?
Yeah.
off
They get you. They know what you like.
I don't want any of the stuff that I see.
I want all of it.
You know what? I think it knows that I just wear like T-shirts. I get ads only for like those men's generic cotton tees. That's all I get.
The new fit tees.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it takes away your man boobs. It gets rid of your beer gut.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't have man boobs.
For the dad bod.
And I don't exactly.
Yeah.
That's like the only ads that I get. Anyway, so heads up, if it hasn't hit you, apparently it is hitting, but some people are complaining about this new feature. I guess it might be a test. They might be testing it on some users, but you'd be scrolling, and then it would stop on an ad, and you couldn't scroll until you're forced to watch the ad before you can continue scrolling again. So it must be a test right now, and it's pissing people off. And some people are saying that they're going to abandon Instagram because of this. So we'll see if they roll it out widespread or if there's enough of a backlash in the test phase.
Man.
So we'll see. Hey, I got a Costco update. You know, we've had a lot of Costco stories lately.
Yeah, some of them not good.
Listen to this. This is breaking news. Breaking news from Costco. This is pretty big. You know, in the center of the store,
Mm-hmm.
when you go to Costco, you have the big, giant metal racks from floor to ceiling on the left side of the store, the right side of the store. You go to the back, you got the produce section, you got the fish, the meats, you got the wine section, and you got the paper towel. But in the middle, there's toward the front, there are some racks, like some low racks, and a
Like
lot of times
candies are on that, and-
exactly, they have the candies. But when you push a little beyond toward the center of the store, you have more like tables, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have like a lot of the clothing that are not like shelved per se. But also, what other items? You know, they'll have seasonal stuff, like the Christmas stuff.
Yeah, toys.
Summertime,
sometimes.
they'll have like plastic tool sheds and lawn furniture and crap. But what else? What else is on a table in the center of Costco?
Did you say clothes?
I did.
Okay.
They have books.
Boom.
Booyah.
Guess what? Costco is going to stop selling books.
You know what? There's a lot of real estate in my Sam's Club that's dedicated to the books, and I always wonder, how many books are they really pumping out?
I think a lot of people buy books, and Costco is going to no longer offer books for sale year-round and will only stock books for holiday shopping or special promotions. And the publishing industry, apparently, they're like going, oh, my God. I'm guessing that Costco and Sam's and BJ's, I guess they probably sell a lot of books. A lot of times they have some of the big hits, the bestsellers.
I'm sure they're as big a book seller as a Barnes & Noble type place.
But why? Why would they discontinue? It's weird to me. It's strange.
The margins might be going down. They may not be moving as quickly. You know, I was in a Barnes & Noble recently, and like half the stuff there was not books.
Oh, they sell videos,
toys.
Yeah,
there's
they
other
sell
things.
Legos at Barnes and
Yeah.
Noble.
I mean, I was like, what?
I walked in. I thought I was in the Lego store.
Yeah,
like the first thing I saw was like a shelf of Legos.
I mean, they had books, but
they-
nowhere near the books
yeah.
they had even just a couple of years ago.
Okay, I just found the why to
Why?
this. Supposedly, it's because of the labor required to stock the books. They want to cut down on labor required to stock the books. That's what they told the New York Times.
Wait a minute. Hold on. What labor is different putting books down versus making sure you got all the cases of a 24-pack of Kraft macaroni and cheese or a 5-gallon bucket of mayo.
Right?
Or relish.
They say copies have to be laid out by hand rather than just rolled on a pallet as other products.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Sounds like a big excuse to me. Sounds like they want to secretly burn the books.
That's right.
Well, Costco's going to stop selling books on a regular basis. So I just thought that was interesting. And then speaking of Costco, listen, Sam's Club, Costco, I mean, they pretty much all have, a lot of the same stuff. But this is another Costco story. This woman went shopping at Costco, spent $308, and at this point, it's like charged her 16 times for the same $300. Yeah.
She still isn't resolved?
No. I think they finally resolved it, but a Costco member said that over $5,000 was taken out of her debit account. She made a $308 to be exact. And for whatever reason, Ashton Weinberger said she was charged 17 times for the same Costco purchase of $308. It just kept charging her and charging her. What glitch does that? I never heard of that.
Not cool.
No, that's not cool at all.
I'm trying to think. I don't know that I've ever been double charged on a credit card.
Oh, I have.
Have you?
I've had a city of Tampa parking meter double charge me. I had to get my $1.25 back or whatever.
That was Bob Buckhorn's big scam back in the day.
A couple of things here. Local story from earlier in the week. I like this. Did you see that in Pinellas County, I think Sheriff Gualtieri had a presser on this, that if you run from law enforcement, and I'm seeing a lot of that because my background noise these days, I said Tubi the other day, but it's Pluto TV, where they have like 30 seasons of Cops. And that's kind of my background noise when I'm doing work. Because we're on the air 4 hours, but I'm prepping the show for 8 hours. Every single day, I'm doing 8 hours worth of research.
And they say it's supposed to be double.
Right.
Whatever your time on air, you're supposed to prep for double.
Well, the math works out then, doesn't it? All right. So my background noise is, listen, I don't adhere to, I saw a morning show guidebook that we need to do more weather updates in the morning. I'm like, what? Who
said that?
Some Alan Burns crap from 1985.
In 1985, it might have been more important. Now weather's everywhere.
Yeah, now it's on everyone's phone. How irrelevant is that?
Hey,
if you have a weather app, it says right on your phone in your hand. Give me a break.
Dude, I got news for you.
Yeah, that's what we're missing. More weather updates on the MJ Morning Show.
In Tampa, it's 84. St. Pete is 83. And right now in Clearwater, 82 degrees.
Yeah, it's all right there. It's everywhere. We don't need to do weather every 10 minutes on the MJ Morning Show.
They have traffic too,
Break. Yeah, I saw something recently that got forwarded. I'm like, yeah. Hey, thanks for the Alan Burns update from 1985. Yeah. All right. So what else do we have? So back to Pinellas County. I think it's a great idea. So, I was saying about Cops. That's my background noise these days, watching Cops episodes. And, I love it when they run. It's just good cop stuff. They're going to run. I mean, you always know they pull over and then they take off. And it's been announced in Pinellas County that drivers who try to flee law enforcement, the car is going to be seized and forfeited under the Florida Contraband Forfeiture Act, according to Sheriff Bob Gualtieri right here in Pinellas County. Held a press conference. It was Wednesday, and this whole initiative starts next week. So starting on Tuesday the 11th, if you flee from the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, they're going to impound your car. They're going to seize it.
Good.
You're going to forfeit it, and you're done. Don't run from the cops. Dre.
How does the forfeiting?
Jose. Mikey. I'm equal opportunity. I'm calling everybody out. Lau.
Okay.
Everybody.
So, if Elihu runs from the cops and they take his car, how does that work if you have a banknote?
Then they seize the car, and I think you're SOL. And I think that you still have to pay off the car. You still owe whatever. It's a good question, but I
don't know.
I think they can still seize the damn thing. Even if you owe money on the car, you don't have the car, but you're still going to owe money. You're still going to owe the institution money, is what it comes down to. I think that's good. I mean, we don't need people flee, because when people flee, they put the public in danger. With fleeing vehicles. And they all. Listen, on cops, it's black, white, Hispanic, Asian. It's male. It's female. It's everyone. It's him, they, she, them, that. Thus, what are all the options now?
Thouer?
What? Them, they, right? Everyone's fleeing. So you flee in Pinellas County, they're taking your car. You're done. Anything else before we get out of here?
No. I think I'm good.
Well, how do you know?
Oh,
Let me hear from the whole crew here.
I go with Roxanne.
Maybe Froggy's got a big dissertation he needs to roll
I want
out.
to do a 10-minute speech.
I give this week a good grade. I really enjoyed this week.
I did too.
But if one thing I could change would be more weather. Yeah, more weather updates.
How does it look for the weekend, Rob?
Oh, stick around for Midways. It's all weather over all the songs.
All right, folks, we got to roll. And it's been a tasty week. Enjoy the weekend. I will see you at the Cake Girl tomorrow. I haven't done an appearance like this in a long time. I'm going to be at the Cake Girl on Saturday, tomorrow at 12 noon. The Cake Girl at 14851 Northdale, Mabry. I'll be there at 12 noon, helping to celebrate her 5-year anniversary at the store. Get the location at thecakegirl.com, thecakegirl.com. Over $5,000 worth of gift cards, cupcakes, cakes, ice cream. It's a fun time for the family, and if you'd like to say hi to me, I'll be there at noon, about an hour and change. We'll see how it goes. But I'd love to see you tomorrow, Cake Girl. Froggy, have a great weekend, my friend.
You too, man.
Be safe boating if you're planning on doing that.
Yes, sir.
Fester, hopefully you sell some RVs this weekend.
Maybe not.
If you need an RV, call Fester, 813-310-8444.
The RV shows this weekend at the fairgrounds.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so it's a big RV show.
Oh, you go see Fester at the fairgrounds for the big RV show.
Only if you're buying, all right? Tire kickers, nose pickers, stay home.
Tire kickers and nose pickers?
Stay home.
What about butt pickers?
All of you. Come on over.
All right. Folks, we'll see you back here on Monday. Possibly. The MJ Morning Show on Q105. You need to get a hold of me. I'm MJ at mjmorningshow.com. That's my email. We'll see you Monday, and let's be careful out there.